Oh, okay. Now I got you.
Yes. This is where the live things happen. This
Welcome
is where
to the land of the living.
Where the
most
live things are.
Let's rename this E3 Day 4 Part 2 The Reckoning.
So
The Reckoning to Prequel to The Reckoning. Itself a prequel to High Velocity, which of course is a sequel to Part 2. There we go.
I suppose I should pull up the Twitch so I can read the chat.
Yeah, well,
and then also secondary to that, watch the thing we're here to do.
Yes, we are here to do things.
Yeah.
It is possible. So, Bryden, how much sleep did you get between conferences?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, so you're just like me.
Well, no, I slept last night because I'm normal.
No,
I shouldn't say that. That's misleading. I'm
because I laid down to get a little shut eye, but I just kind of laid there with my eyes
I was
closed.
like judging you, seeing the phone icon on Discord, being like, that motherfucker is sleeping.
Yeah, I've just been
I actually kind of wanted to message you, but I'm like, no, like I'm not just on the off chance, like I know he's gonna respond, and I'm just gonna so I'll give him a chance.
So, Ryden,
yes,
do you feel like you're on a couch?
I can't wait to watch that.
No, I don't. I will never feel like I'm on a couch.
Unfortunate. Somebody has made this fantastic art of Rayman, right? Take a look at this. This is hilarious. This might be the funniest thing I've ever seen about Ubisoft. That isn't just making fun of Ubisoft.
Wait for it. Wait for
Mm-hmm.
it.
Wait so good.
It. There it is. Go get to the rescue right there.
It's a very good image. I laughed when you showed me it.
Yep, I really like that a lot. Super good.
Everything for free. We keep putting them over.
Everything from E3 is on its own Steam Curator account, apparently. So, that's cool.
So, apparently, Nintendo did a one more thing at the end of their treehouse.
Did they? That's such a great time to do it.
They announced, I think, a demo of No More Heroes 3, or something like that, for No More Heroes 3.
I am not familiar with this, but I have been told that it is scary.
Yeah, I like just saw that.
So they announced Kazuya, right, from Tekken.
Yeah.
They announced that Life is Strange is coming to it, and they did this really cool 2D thing that I'm now just disappointed the games aren't in 2D, because it was really very attractive. It was pretty look. They announced a whole bunch of random games that were announced this week, and will also be coming, like Guardians of the Galaxy and Two Point Campus and Dragon Ball Z. They announced Super Monkey Ball Banana.
Yeah,
that is me, by the way, if you're hearing that. And I don't know what it is that's making the noise, but I'm sorry. They announced the Super Party Super Show. Dude. Come on, everyone. Let's do the Super Mario Super Party Show. Right?
That's not how it goes now.
They did the new Metroid. They did the new WarioWare. They did Shin Megami Tensei V. Everybody keeps calling it 5, but they're wrong. Danganronpa, which
Danganronpa.
yeah, so that is actually 4 words. I don't know why you're smushing them together. They are meant to be clearly enunciated. Dan, Gan, Ron, and Pa. These are 4 people, three guys, and their great father, Pa. So it's Dan and Ron and Gan and Pa. Ah, here we go.
Right.
This is what we've been waiting for. This is why we're here. Let's watch some Bandai Namco.
Let's go, Bamco. Show us something.
I'm really hoping they show us something cool. They're apparently going to be focusing on a single thing. It's called House of Ashes now. I'm assuming we're getting Elden Ring information.
Was that pathologic?
Oh, you're going to spend how long on the fucking Dark Pictures? No.
An ancient horror has awoken from its slumber and is hungry for blood. Shall we see how many have fallen into shadow?
Oh my god!
Satellite sweeps of the war zone have uncovered what appears to be an underground storage facility. But I strongly suspect it's where chemical weapons are hidden. So we need
These are not good games. Why would you spend all your time on this? They must be making a boatload of money off of them. That's the only answer.
Into the unknown alone is extremely brave.
But I don't think I've ever really
Or extremely foolish.
heard of any of this.
Well, so one of them is on Xbox Game Pass. There's a co-op mode. I've already played it. I think we could do a stream where you and Raiden can go through it and play the game on co-op.
Would it be good? Like,
Good? No, it's fucking terrible, but we can make fun of it at the same time. We can put both of you guys up on Ninja and go back and forth. Yeah, that could be fun.
gotcha.
That could be fun. It's fucking terrible. Terrible. These are not good games. These are really, really bad games. They're written horribly. They make no sense. The characters are all stupid. They're all too dumb to live.
Their lights will be snuffed out. Unless you can find the means to save them.
Your stream is scrolled down slightly. Is it?
Swallowed.
Oh, so
like
there you go.
Yeah.
Look, this is how good of streamers we are.
To salvation.
It's called viewer interaction. Now we have see that connection we just built. You helped us out. You're involved in the stream.
It was
House of Ashes. They're gonna do a whole goddamn thing about House of Ashes. Holy shit! I can't believe this. What is going on? Something keeps disconnecting. I don't know what it is, and I can't be bothered to figure it out.
We're here at Supermassive to talk about the next game in the Dark Pictures anthology.
I'm not hearing it, so I'm
Wow.
not sure.
I'm joined
She's just
by
got
exec
zero
producer
makeup
Dan.
on.
How you doing?
Hello.
That's a terrible
Joining
idea
us.
if you're going to be on
Right,
camera.
so
He's got
let's
zero
start
makeup
at the
on
very
too.
start. We're going to be
You should
talking
put on
about
makeup if
House
you're
of
going to be on
Ashes
camera, guys.
for most of the interview, but for those that don't know,
Like, this is
tell us
something
about
that
the
was
Dark
figured
Pictures
out
anthology.
The Dark
with
Pictures is
JFK.
a series of narrative, story-driven, branching horror stories. Each one is standalone. They each tell a different story.
Is this
completely
better
separate
or
from the
worse
others,
than
but
Take
within
Two?
the
At
same
least they're showing
universe,
a
so there
game.
is connection between them.
Yeah,
House of Ashes
like
is set at the end of the
you can't
Iraqi
even
war
like. There's no
2003,
comparison to
with
Take
events,
Two.
4,000 years ago that set the story
Take Two
up.
is just.
So tell us more about
Literally
that's
phoned it in.
themes, I
Yeah,
suppose, within
literally phoned it
House
on.
of Ashes.
It starts off with
yeah,
a-
so we'll
a
make them play
military
it.
Unit. They've got some new technology that can
We'll get
look
them
for
to play
weapons
it.
of mass destruction underground. They think they've identified something in the Zagros Mountains in Iraq, and then as part of that, they come into conflict with an Iraqi unit. There's a pitched firefight, and then the two groups are plunged underground. There's an earthquake of some sort, and it's revealed
There's
that
an
there's a hidden
earthquake
temple
of some
underground.
sort.
You know, these big, massive structures, but these different groups, they're all separated. Radio contact is lost, and they're submerged.
I mean,
in
that
black
is how they
darkness.
write this, right? They go, oh, and then an earthquake happens,
And then they're going to start hearing things and seeing things, and people are going to start.
and
disappearing.
then this happens, and then
So
this
time,
happens.
It's a very real threat.
all of the
That's how
Well, yeah,
these
they're
stories
like,
are.
well, they need to be
something
trapped in an
from
ancient
real
temple
life,
so they
historical
can't
facts.
get out. How do
That's
they
the
get
case
to the
with,
bottom of
the
it? They
myth
fall
or
there.
historical
Why do they
fact
fall?
of
There's an
So
earthquake.
we love looking at.
Like, that's
Well,
how
they
they
need
write
to
these
fall
stories.
in like
Reading
in a
myths and
multi-staged
legends and
event,
stories and
otherwise,
doing
because they can't
research.
just
And
straight
we
fall
know
to the
fans
bottom,
of it
because
as well,
that's
'cause
just
there's
death.
something
They
that
need
they
to
can link
fall
into afterwards.
like
And
Oh,
hitting
no.
18
You-
objects on the way
Set.
down.
You'd be
This one's
surprised
set 4,000
what
years ago.
characters
The
survive
Akkadian Empire
in this
and
game,
this terrible
and what
evil.
kills them
We had this
in
self-proclaimed
these series.
God King, Naram Sin, and he essentially cursed his people. He sacked this temple and brought famine and devastation to his own people. And so a lot of the history is lost, but we've done a lot of research about it, and then we had a lot of happy accidents that linked into
He
the
just-
story we wanted
That
to
the
tell.
plot is that the guy
And
just
fun thing
cursed
for
his
us is
people.
We get to do
Yeah,
our own take
yeah.
on it. We get
Just
to
the
twist
kings
it,
one day
and
like, fuck
obviously
you
we've made our
guys.
own truth
Pretty much,
from
yeah.
it.
That's all.
At the end of the
Also,
sneak peek, the
did they
trailer,
just
we
say like
saw
we made a lot of happy accidents and then the
monsters.
plot
Tell us
worked
a
or
bit more
something
about
like
what's
that?
going on there.
Yeah, I mean,
Military unit
you've
that
never
you play
played
as,
these
they don't
games,
really know
obviously.
what
It's like
Yes,
you-
there is
you
no
guys
plot.
write the
Bigger, they're
accidents,
larger, they're
guys.
faster.
Dude,
The team aren't gonna know if
no.
there's one or two of them.
They do this in a very
Or hundreds or
Zack
thousands of them, and
Snyder
that's
way.
kind of the threat
I
with
almost
this,
said
you know, they've got
Snack
guns.
Snyder.
Maybe they could try and take
Snack
down
Snyder.
Snyder.
Snack Snyder.
There's another one around the
Stack
corner. Maybe
Snyder,
there's a
I
group of
believe,
them,
is
and
what
maybe they're
I
gonna get
titled the
ambushed.
file
Maybe
at
they're
one
like a
point.
cluster.
Exactly,
And they
yeah.
all pop
A
out at
nest,
once.
as it were.
Yeah.
I
And it's been
think
really
by
fun
the
to work
end,
on
the
and
file
see
was
these
just
things
like,
move
"Oh
around,
God,
how
kill me,
horrific they can
please."
be.
.mp4.
They're different to us. They perceive the
Yeah,
world in a
yeah,
different
yeah.
way. Getting a little snippet
See,
of
Wait a
now,
second,
that
did I just
agree.
comprehend?
did I see
We
that?
were
Did I
also-
just figure out what
something
just
that you
happened?
moved?
God damn it.
Or is it actually just one of
I
the
don't know.
other
You're gonna figure it out.
songs
You're gonna
that's
tell us in a
stuck
second.
the
We were
category?
also expecting Elden Ring,
We like
but
to try and
apparently
misdirect
they
people
are
and
only
things, you know, that
focusing.
did you see
We're gonna
something,
get
did you not?
25
And
minutes
that's
of
the great
this.
thing within horror, that you think you're gonna be
Yeah, that's
scared
what I
of
was
it.
gonna say.
We're
I
not
just
gonna
figured it
scare
out. I
you,
forgot
we'll
that
scare
they
you
were
in a minute,
just
but
gonna do
that's
the
okay.
one game, and
One
that's why
game.
we're here to see the
Anyways.
one game.
So
Yep,
should we
they were
And so I was
focusing
just
on.
sitting here,
Peril
like waiting for the
game?
conference to
Definitely.
start, and I just
We
like
love to
realized,
do it.
oh
You
wait,
know,
this
it's
is
fun-
the
fun for
one
us to work
game.
on.
Yep,
It's
they're
really
just
When-
gonna focus on this.
When
all
do
the
we
time.
get to the
Fans love it as well.
conference?
So yeah,
This
we've
Let me
got
get, like,
is
it
the
just
conference.
There's a whole ton of variation.
Yeah.
Some of the others you're going to see
E3.
different things.
I
happen
will
to them
remind you that
depending on how you play it
we
out,
came
you know,
here
getting
special
ripped and
for
shredded
this,
and
so
torn.
you will be
because it's a
kind.
firefight. There's going to be bullets flying as well and all kinds of stuff.
How dare
And it's
you.
not just the
This
deaths,
game
it's the
looks
gore
so
that goes
good.
along with it, and
So
It looks
good.
amazing.
lots of
It's
blood.
an
So
anthology.
That sounds
good.
absolutely terrifying. I'm in.
Not gonna lie, man. It's pretty bad.
What differences have you made or changes have you made to the gameplay and mechanics for House of Ashes?
We're always evolving the Dark Pictures. We listen to a lot of the feedback from our fans, and also our
the
team,
chat.
what they want to do, how
I'm
they want to
sorry.
push things forward.
So what's
we
the chat
tried
saying?
some stuff in Little Hope with,
just
you know, more camera control,
Wall
360
of
cameras
Resident
at
Sleeper.
certain parts, and we've really leaned on that again.
Like
and it really works
nothing
well.
else. That's just it.
In House of Ashes, lots of the game is set underground.
Yeah.
And so these sort of corridors which are really tight
It's
and impressive.
Creepy.
Yeah, indeed. So
Oh, it's
so
emote
we've had
only.
to learn
Okay.
because
Well, that's
you take
okay.
away
That
the
makes it a
fixed
little bit
cameras,
better.
and
than
that takes away
actually.
some opportunities for horror. But we've had to
Does
learn new
it?
tricks to scare people.
Well, no,
and,
but
you know, ramp up
yes.
the
Like I
tension
thought it was
and,
literally
you know,
only that, and
the
I'm like, okay, like they
stage,
can't
you know, some people
text. So
We've also
okay.
got a new torch mechanic, so
Yeah.
you know it's military themed. So these guys are going to be walking around with weapons, with torches mounted on them. We love the lighting.
This
that we
just
do,
looks
this
like a
really
game that
inky black
exists.
darkness that we have.
Like, it
and
does-
sort
like,
of the
there's-
contrast to the bright areas. And so you're going to need to lean on that torch to allow you to
just
see
seems-
where you're going, what the threat
I don't know
is,
what to say
and that
about it.
kind of
It looks
stuff.
like nothing.
We've also done things like
You know?
added difficulty settings to this game.
Uh-huh.
So in Little Hope we added you know, QTE warning icons as an example, and we've got some really good positive feedback about that. But also some people want to turn that off. We want to allow you to play the game in your way. So with our accessibility
What do we have after
settings
this?
and difficulty settings.
After
if
this
you
is
wanna have a more casual
Eureka.
experience, you can change those settings. Still, most of your characters are going to end up dead, but you know.
And
that's
Spoilers, yeah,
indeed.
but that's what we come here for. That's
Yeah.
okay, we can deal with it. So I've got to ask, what was it like working with Ashley?
So Ashley was fantastic. She researched Rachel. She understood her when she came on the set, which is so refreshing. She knew her inside
Ashley
out.
Tisdale?
And Rachel is a flawed character, so she
Like
built-
the Disney star. They're hyping her up like a big. How was it working with Ashley?
Looking for Joey.
Yeah.
The Disney Channel star who hasn't been on TV since The Sweet Life wipe on deck.
We want you to connect to these characters and understand them as humans. We want them to seem real.
I think you're forgetting her famous voice acting role as Candace from Phineas and Ferb.
You're right. I also forgot High School Musical 3.
Maybe you'll like them when you see the journey they go on.
Maybe you'll like them once they're dead and you feel bad about
and
it.
you feel bad about it, definitely.
Yeah.
But also, we want you to save them. We want you to try and save them. You know, we know that some people want to get everyone killed straight away, and that's fine. That's their playthrough. That's
This
what I
isn't
wanna do.
Soulsy.
But,
No, it's not.
Can you get
Guess I'm
everyone
out.
alive
Oh.
and save as many as you can?
Well,
replayability.
we've already lost
yeah.
the audience,
I like
my
that.
dudes.
So
What do you want to do now?
I mean, I wouldn't blame us.
So,
I think
Celine,
someone
like-
else lost the audience for us.
I feel like I'm
Jason
being
Culture, one of the
blamed.
Marines that's there. There's
feel
a
like I'm
way
being
for
I don't
it to
think-
play out, and
I don't think you
a
need to be.
contest
Just
between them, and
don't worry
you can
about it.
make
It's
go
not.
in
It's
a
not
number
on
of
you.
different ways.
It's not on any of us. How could any of us have predicted this?
It's really emotional.
After
I've
all
seen
we've
them
been
film it,
through,
I'm
how
lucky
could
enough
we
to
have
be there,
possibly
and
expected
they've seen that
a
come through in game.
disappointing
I think we've got
E3
something there. I
conference?
think that's gold. And then, of course,
Yeah, that's a good point.
I love
That's
the
a good
jump
point.
scares. I love the
So
moments of
I
tension.
want to say something, right? So we
You
have
can't hold you
for
in
the
that
past
moment, so
couple of
we've got
days
some
we've
fantastic
done
jokes
6
in
to
there
8
as
hours a
well
day,
to
right? For
allow you to relax for a moment
4
before we
days.
scale again.
take your
5
mind
of the
off
last
the
6
image.
days we've done 8 hours a day.
Dan, thank you so much. This has been really cool to talk about. I'm
Ninja
sure,
at his prime was doing
excited and
6
terrified,
hours
and
on,
everyone
4
else is
hours
just
off,
excited.
6
I'm
hours
And it's been a
on
real pleasure to speak to you. I
every
can't wait to
single
get into the
day
chats.
for 2 years straight without a single day off.
Right.
Right? Like, when you look at streaming, man, it's actually like a job. And I don't think people appreciate that. But I figured now that you guys have kind of gotten like just a peek of what it's like. 10 minutes. They gave us 10 minutes.
Before we dive in the House of X,
That's it.
See how scared you got. Of course, we want to thank Razer for being one of the E3 2021 sponsors, of course, giving us these.
Bandai, you done pissed me off. At least you showed me a game, but that was bullshit.
They showed us the game we've already seen, and it was just like a developer interview, like nothing new at all.
Yep.
It's like it wasn't the heaviest straw in the pile, but I feel the camel's back. I
Right?
feel it breaking.
Yes. Exactly. I am like we came back after Nintendo saying, "Well, Bandai, we got to come back because what if they say something?" 10 minutes of a dark anthologies fucking game. Are you shitting me? That's wow.
Do you think the ESA just wanted a reason to like nix E3, and they're like, we need to give the public a reason to hate us? Because that's it. It's been so bad, it almost feels like self-sabotage at this point.
At what moment do we stop accepting COVID as an excuse? Right? Like, I think this year everybody's just gonna go.
They had the year to prepare for this one, I think.
They had a year to prepare for Corona because last year's was suddenly and shockingly canceled, right?
That's true, but Jeff did kind of pull out a lot of stuff with the Summer of Gaming.
Yes,
that year
he did. Right?
Right. I'm just saying, like, in terms of like companies having stuff to announce, like it's not like they like saved up for a year. They still got to like show a lot of that off.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying at what point do we stop accepting, well, it was COVID as an excuse for why these game companies are wasting my goddamn time?
Well, like, there's no excuse for the 2K thing. Like, there really isn't.
There's no excuse for 2K. There's no excuse for why this is 4 hours after Nintendo for 10 minutes.
I mean,
there's no reason why this wasn't part of the, hour block yesterday.
Yeah, that's true.
Whomever it is that's organizing this, right? They should be saying, what are you doing? Well, it's prepackaged. How long is it exactly? And bam, 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 bam.
How much money do you think they paid for the slot directly after Nintendo?
I don't think that's what it was. I really don't think that's what it is. I think what we've got here is they're still looking at this like a in-person convention where people have something to do for a few hours after Nintendo, where they're going in, they're slowly filtering into the Nintendo lobby, and they're sitting down in the things and waiting to see what's going on. Ooh, good job, right? Like, that's what they're still treating this like. And then, okay, in 4 hours, you know, Capcom's going to show their sizzle reel. Hey, in 4 hours, Bandai's going to show theirs.
Yeah.
That's what
like,
this
especially,
is
and then
like.
There's another hour again until
yeah, we have
the,
another
Eureka.
hour. And then Eureka, then GameSpot, and apparently GameSpot's going to show stuff. But at this point, don't fuck if I believe them. I don't know if I believe them.
I will say, if they do, like, could you imagine, like, a fucking world in which GameSpot has the best conference at E3?
I can now. I can imagine that now. But this whole thing, man, like, considering how many of these were pre-packaged, right? How many of these are just fucking videos, and how many of them, quite frankly, are 10-minute long videos. There is no reason. It is incredibly, just fucking disgustingly unacceptable that I'm sitting here at 5:40 on a Tuesday, 4 hours after Nintendo, tagging my audience, bringing people in from Twitter, bringing everything together, sitting here, bringing in fucking bro Tapple over there, right? Putting him onto the internet, letting him speak to people. Okay? Right, Brody? I'm letting you speak to people.
Wait, that's part of it?
You are out of your cage. All right?
And I'm doing just fine.
And we did this for 10 fucking minutes.
Fucking damn it.
Of Dark anthology. Like,
end up like
hey,
this.
you're killing me! You're killing me!
Like, yeah.
Yeah!
Man.
Ah!
You know, it's like, it's so funny, man, because, like, I didn't go to bed for this.
Right, I didn't go to bed for this. For that. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
I mean, is it safe to say I mean, I already said 2K broke me, but, like, I'm literally, like, I got my lights off, like, I moved my mic so I could just, like I moved my fucking Blue Yeti onto a different, like, place so that I could just, like, lay in bed and do this, because I was like, if, like, E3 has been such a shit show that, like, I don't even think at this point they deserve for me to sit on, like, where I normally sit and be as, like, you know, that kind of perfect mix of you know, relaxed and alert at the same time, because, you know, chair is alert, couch is relaxed and alert, and bed is just relaxed. So I'm in bed right now, like, I'm fucking, like, sprawled out. I'm just like my with, you know, my laptop's on my knees, just like, yep, I'm just, like, hanging out here, because this, like, I'm glad I did that, because what is this?
I feel disrespected. I feel like I just played Red Dead Redemption 2.
I feel like this is one of those moments where, like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Shame on me 4 days in a row.
Yeah,
like,
fool me fucking, like, what's, like, 10 times in a row.
Okay, but, like,
shame on all
fucking
of us. Just
E3.
shame on everyone.
It's fucking E3. This isn't supposed to be where we're sitting here going, oh, what's the least shitty thing that happened this weekend? You know? And quite frankly, the fact that we've got this Bandai Namco listed on the schedule, right? 4 hours after Nintendo for a 10-minute sizzle reel that could have gone any other day. Whomever it is that's doing this, right? They need to take the scheduling power away from these companies, right? And say, if you want to be listed on this, send in your sizzle reel. If it's live, it's different, okay? But if it's live, it also better be longer than 15 fucking minutes, right? If you want a time slot, that isn't just, we're going to put you in the list, and we're going to just go through all of these sizzle reels at once. Bam, 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 right? Then you need to be live, and you need to be actually presenting something. Because let's face it, man, right? We started on Sunday, or Saturday. We started on Saturday with Ubisoft, right? They did an hour-long pre-show of people walking. They did
you know what? I think
of
even the
walking.
developer interviews would be fine if it was sandwiched in between. Like if they announced the game, did a short interview, and then announced another game, and just kept going.
But
then
they
that'd
did
be fine.
an
But
hour
it's like,
of people walking.
Yeah.
And they included that in the schedule. We're starting at 2 p.m., everybody. 2 p.m. And no, you started at 3 p.m. with an hour of people walking. That is disrespectful. Fuck you, Ubisoft. Then they give us an hour-long presentation, or 90 minutes, I don't even remember, right? Filled with stuff, at least. But then we've got all this open time with nothing until Gearbox. And then they do, 15 minutes? And then we have all this open time. And then Sunday, right? We start up with Naraka Blade Point. At least they showed the game. Game, right? Like, then we get Xbox, which was awesome, and it's like, oh, okay, I get it. Saturday was fucked up. It's all right. We're doing good shit now. We got Xbox. Look what they did, right? And then there's an hour of time again. An hour of just sitting there. And then Square Enix comes on, and it's like, oh, well, that's bad, but, whatever. And then it's 25 minutes. And then we have an hour of time. An hour of time before Back to Blood with Warner Brothers. Just an hour, right? With nothing in it. And then we get the PC gaming show. An hour of that, right? And then half an hour of time. And then the future game show. And so, like, as we start looking at this, there's so much extra time. This could have been condensed into 2 days. Really easily.
It really should have been, yeah.
Really easily. And then Nintendo can do whatever the fuck they want. It's a direct. Right? It's a scheduled pre-roll 40-minute thing that they could have done today and been the only people doing anything today, and that would have been fine. And Monday, frankly, let's be super, super real, right? Monday could have been wiped off the fucking board.
Yup.
Right?
Yeah.
If you took Capcom, which is I think the only game studio.
Well, there's a brief indie one as well.
Mythical did their thing, but that was 15 minutes, right? That fits into Saturday or Sunday. Capcom
that could have been put in anywhere.
Yep, Capcom did
that could have been right
minutes. Now. Yeah, yes. Capcom put in their 15 minutes. That could have been anywhere. Ven wasted my fucking time. Freedom Games, that was 15 minutes. That could have been put in anywhere. In television, that was 15 minutes. It could have been put in anywhere. If you wanted to, you could have even fit Verizon in there, because there were hours of extra time. And Verizon was 30 minutes.
Verizon didn't even belong there.
But you could have.
They just
advertised
5G.
If you wanted to, you still could have. That's what I'm like. This is just nothing but disrespect. And I hate.
Well, I think the even worse part is just realizing that like Razer was like more entertaining of a presentation the entire time.
The thing is, you're right. Like,
yeah. So I guess let's look at this schedule. 6:20, 30 minutes from now, we've got Eureka Studio. They have a 10-minute slot. They took 6:20 to 6:35 because they probably have a 10-minute sizzle reel. Good job, Eureka. Good job taking 10 minutes on the schedule because you only need 10 minutes. Bandai Namco, fuck you. You Ubisoft, you're a piece of shit. I hate you. So we got Eureka at 6:20. They're gonna show nothing, but who cares? They're gonna be my favorite for the day, probably. Then GameSpot, right? They're doing something for an hour, and then we're done because the awards are after that. So there's only 2 more presentations for the entirety of E3, and then it's going to end with a big fat.
A what now?
That's how it's gonna. That's what we've gotten out of E3. It's just.
Are you like trying to burp?
Nope, just.
Oh,
that's it.
Like the mic shifted a couple times, so I thought you were like trying to burp into the mic.
That's it. That's what we got. Are you not understanding?
No, I understand. I don't. I
like
get
you're
it,
not
man.
Understanding. That's fine. You are weak. You're known for being weak.
Can you like draw a diagram or something?
I am strong like ox.
Strong like ox.
Like, yeah, like this whole. I feel like this entire E3 has been orchestrated by some kind of malevolent god specifically to fuck with us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know how else to explain just how abysmal it's been.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a few misfires, okay, sure. Like, you know, E3 usually has a couple duds, but a few more misfires, even a whole day, like Monday, you get a Monday. All right, okay, I understand. Monday didn't need to happen, but I understand that it happened. But how does it spread across the whole event to just be this absolutely abysmal, almost the entire time, outside of like the Microsoft and maybe Nintendo.
Yeah, and Microsoft definitely. I mean, let's give it to them. They fucking won this hands down without even trying.
No, like they did not even like they brought a good game, but it wasn't even their A game, and they still like they took it.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have any presentation. They didn't. They just like they put a montage clip of all the game clips
just
together.
That was
it. Just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
But it, like, I think it would have been over quick if they didn't have like that number of games that they had.
Yeah, but they came hard.
But like it just kept. Yeah, no, they came super hard.
Yeah.
You know what I just started really appreciating at 5:51 p.m. on E3 Tuesday?
What's that?
The 17 Stardew Valleys we saw at the Wholesome Direct, because holy shit, at least they showed games.
Yeah. Yeah. Wholesome Direct.
Like if we got another Wholesome Direct like going on right now, like we'd be losing our minds.
Yeah,
exactly.
We'd be like,
right?
oh man, this is so good.
Absolutely.
Like, which almost makes me feel. I'm now that you said that, I feel almost like upset for the indies because they could have won E3 if they'd gone a little bit later.
Really easily. They could have walked away with a win. Anybody who had come at this really hard could have walked away because of how fucking terrible this was.
Like I know it's I don't know to what degree. I keep hearing rumors that like Sony is going to do something later in the month, like not officially part of E3 obviously, but I keep hearing that like they're going to do like one of their like state of plays, like their directs, like later this month.
I know EA is doing it next week. Like a week from today is EA.
Gotcha.
So they're going to do something. It's a sizzle reel as far as I know, but like they're going to show presumably Battlefield, right? Like,
oh yeah,
I think that's all that we've seen that was EA today or this weekend.
Well, they've got A Way Out, guys. Did that come out already? Actually,
yeah, it did.
Okay.
I mean, they might show it again, but
yeah.
So C-Town, is this the GameSpot conference? No, that is in almost an hour, 45 minutes ish for GameSpot. We've got 20 minutes, well, maybe 30 minutes until we get Eureka. They're going to be showing something. This is an indie game company that could fucking sweep it. They could sweep it because anybody like us, right? Like you guys have all been here, sitting here with us for the past 70 hours watching E3. And we're all in the same, I think, kind of like, God. This was fucking terrible. So if Eureka comes in their 10-minute sizzle reel and is like, here's 25 game, pop, 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 you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to. I'm not expecting that. But if they did, they'd sweep it. Everybody would suddenly care about that game company. And that's the state of E3 right now. And then GameSpot is 10 minutes after that. Meeple says, I think I'm ready for them to just never do another E3 show ever again. I'm ready for them to hire somebody who can organize a stream, right? I'm okay with 15 minutes of downtime after an event. I'm fine with that. I'm 15 minutes of downtime, even after a sizzle reel like Bandai Namco's, right? If it was only 15 minutes, we would talk about it. And we would get through it, and we'd be like, here's what we think about that. Wow, blah, 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 blah. And then the next
we'd be on to the next thing by now.
Yeah. Instead, you've given me an hour to sit here and think about what little you showed me on the worst E3 I've ever seen. That was dumb.
I'm really
of you,
wondering,
Bandai.
like, because it's been a few years that people have been like, you know, E3's
garbage.
E3's on its way out. You know, it's you know,
it's garbage.
Nintendo started doing directs, Sony's doing directs. Like, no one really needs to come to E3 anymore.
If Xbox pulls out, there's nothing to come for anymore.
Yeah.
I'd rather.
Well, I mean,
I'd
like,
rather watch you know what?
Look what they just associated themselves with.
What?
Like, Xbox came out with all their games, and then they're looking at the rest of this conference, being like,
why did we
why did we need to do this at all?
Yeah, why did we do that? And how much did it cost us? How much time and effort did it cost us? We could have done like everybody else does and just put out all of the trailers.
I feel like E3 has like one more shot, right? They have next year when everything, like, they can go
when
back
they can't
and
blame
do
it's gone Corona, yeah. When
yeah,
they
can do everything live. They can do it all in the conference, live stages. They can have their like actual trade show event afterwards. Like, they have that. They have that chance to like regain any sort of relevance. And if they fuck that up, they're done. Like that, like, because after this, like, I feel like they're already on thin ice. They were already on thin ice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
and this isn't just us, by the way. Like, it's not just people like us who are sitting here going, oh, wow, you just wasted my fucking weekend. That's cool. It's the rest of the actual industry, too, is done with this shit. Everybody's done with this shit because it feels like you just took up 4 days of my time with nothing, right? At least with the big stage events, you could be entertained to a degree by cringe. Plus, you could catch some potential demos, gameplay footage from booths on the floor. These Zoom-type meetings are so bad. Yes. So, like, this right here, I have no idea what this is. This is just them filling up time. It's not on the schedule. It's just a bunch of editors-in-chiefs of old media talking about what they think about video games. Which is fine. But, like, the last time I had this up, they had Dean Takahashi there. I'm sorry.
And it's like, I think the funniest part, though, is that this has better production value than 2K's conference.
This has significantly better production value than 2K. So we got PC Gamer, Polygon, IGN, GameSpot, and GamesIndustry.biz. I mean, you could not get more corporate journalist than that.
Yeah.
They didn't even show Elden Ring at actual E3, did they? Nope.
Nope.
That was at Jeff Keighley's Game Fest.
Shit, you're right. Yeah.
They didn't even show Elden Ring at actual E3.
They showed it again.
He just talked to him. They didn't do anything. Remember, he just had the interview, brought him on, and then left. And then we saw the trailer somewhere else.
No. They showed a trailer at Jeff's thing, and then they showed, I think, the exact same trailer again at some point during E3.
No, I'm pretty sure they just showed parts of it.
No, we did. We definitely saw it twice. We definitely did see it twice.
Wow.
I remember because I remember you remarking on the lightning dragon twice.
But they didn't. That was the thing. They didn't show the full trailer. They just showed part of it. They didn't show the full trailer. It was just like, oh shit, it's the dragon again. Look, it's got a staff of lightning.
And You know what though? Like, I know it's not part of E3, but I mean, I feel like I gotta give Jeff second place.
I know I mean,
It-
the Summer Game Fest beat E3 entirely.
Yeah, right.
That
Absolutely.
single day, 2-hour long event kicked the shit out of the 4 days of E3. This has been disgusting and horrible, and just the worst. Xbox is the only reason this was tolerable. Devolver was fine, right? Like Devolver was fine.
Yeah.
But they also did a 15-20 minute long sizzle reel. It could have been put in anywhere. And I'm sure they would have been fine with that. I'm sure they wouldn't give a shit. You know? I don't even know. It's funny seeing Jeff be salty about not being allowed to restream E3. Well, so the problem is that he just does mirrors, so I guess it makes sense why he was doing it. 'Cause, like, he doesn't react or commentate during it, and I understand why. That's definitely very much in his brand to not commentate during the show, especially not during Nintendo. But you know, they decided to stop that. Nintendo's so fucking backwards too. Like the fact that even occurred this year of all years. Right, like if it had been,
and it seemed really short notice.
It was. That's this morning. By the way, if you restream, we're gonna hit you with a strike. Oh, yeah. Well, fucking cool, because like Twitch already said they're gonna do it, and now Twitch isn't doing it. Like what incredibly shitty. That's the thing, right? All of these things were just so badly done. And in a normal year, you might go, yeah, well, you know, it was just Nintendo. But this year, every big person fucked up somehow, except Xbox. Every single person fucked up somehow. There wasn't a single thing we saw this whole weekend that didn't have some fuck up, except for Xbox and Devolver.
Yeah,
like I keep not giving Devolver their credit, but I feel like let's just write that down. They did fine. Ubisoft fucked up. Square fucked up. Nintendo fucked up. Like this year's Bethesda.
Who put on the wholesome direct? Because they did okay.
Well, I mean, Kim Chica and the chick from Victoria Tran from Among Us and some.
But like, I assume there was like a
Wholesome.
Company
yeah, it's Wholesome Games. Wholesome Games is the company that did that.
Oh, I see.
Right, and we thought that was going to be the worst part of all of this, and like it turns out that if everybody had done that, we'd be really happy.
Right? That's now a highlight. That's a highlight of this event.
Wholesome Games is a highlight. Wholesome Games is one of those things that, like, if you really wanted to like rank them, it's probably number 4. Maybe number 3. It might beat Nintendo just because of the way that Nintendo handled their co-streamers.
Well, I also just think they showed off a lot more than Nintendo did.
Yeah. Wholesome Games might have beaten Nintendo. That should tell you where we're at for E3.
Oh boy.
We are 15 minutes. Xbox still fucked up a lot. I don't think they fucked up. I don't think they fucked up at all. I think they put on a perfectly acceptable show. I think that they presented exactly what everybody expected them to do. I think that they showed off a lot of new games. I think that they talked about games that people wanted to hear about. I think that they didn't do, the Nintendo thing where they're like, and this game we're never going to mention again. No, they were like, yeah, we're still working on those other games that we mentioned last year, but we don't have anything to show.
Yeah, it was good of them to just be like at the end, like, yeah, no, we're like, don't worry, we acknowledge that you want to see Fable and fucking Skyrim or Elder Scrolls and fucking.
We just don't have anything to show, but we will eventually. And they said the names, they acknowledge that they exist. I don't think they fucked up at all. Free-to-play Halo? I don't think that's a fuck-up. How can you think that's a fuck-up? That's brilliant. They should have been doing this for the longest time. The fact that Call of Duty beat anybody to free-to-play multiplayer is dumb. Like, Call of Duty shouldn't be the ones beating anybody for that shit. Halo free-to-play is still very good.
Sorry. Yeah,
I can see how you might think it's dumb as a player. If like I haven't played any like Halo mainline Halos, but have they like they haven't been doing any microtransaction stuff. So if like I assume going to free to play would mean there's like skins and stuff like it inherently kind of comes with that territory.
Maybe,
And so
but
there
I
might be
think
fears.
maybe, right? Maybe, but Microsoft isn't really very predatory. They're really not very predatory. Their free-to-play Halo stuff is going to give them players. It's going to give them a player base, and that's
it's very
really
strategically good.
big
Like
deal.
definitely, yeah.
You can't release Halo and not have it's a 5-minute waiting time. That's the worst possible. Yeah, I queued up for multiplayer and I couldn't get a match. That's unacceptable for a fucking tentpole franchise like that.
Not to mention, like, Halo multiplayer, I think, has been... I don't know about the multiplayer specifically, but Halo, I guess, in general, after 4 and 5, those were not... they didn't have the most charitable reception.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they were not well received. People did not like them. The multiplayer was definitely dead. And, like, I think they've learned this with... Excuse me, God. I think they've learned this with the Master Chief Collection. If you have dead multiplayer, that's what people write about. Oh, you've got a bug and dead multiplayer. So, putting out free-to-play Halo Infinite, especially if they've got it out a day or two before Halo Infinite single-player arrives, so that they can get people to do... Like, that's your pre-installation. Your preload is the multiplayer. Boom, there you go. And then when the full game comes out, you've already got everything ready to go. And in the meantime, come play the multiplayer for free? They're going to have one of the best launches.
When your single player installs, you'll get 500 master bucks.
Well, yeah, I mean, they may end up doing some sort of... But the thing is, you look at other games that they've got, that they've done, like, Descenders is still supported.
Is it?
It's still supported.
Has it been... How many years has it been? This is unthinkable.
Years. So, like... I don't think that Microsoft is so interested in $5. I think they want you getting Game Pass. I think they want you getting Game Pass, and I think they want you keeping it for 10 years. I don't think...
Well, they want you to get Game Pass Ultimate.
Well, yeah. But they don't want their $2 of blood money for horse armor. Right? Like, that's not what they want. And I don't think that they're going to be pushing that very strongly, especially not in Halo. I bet you Halo has nothing... Because they know it's a tentpole franchise that they can't fuck up. They can't fuck up Halo. Yeah. Halo can lose money with perfectly fine by Microsoft. But if it goes out there and it makes money, but it makes enemies, they've fucked Halo.
Yeah, well, it's the one like series that is really like it's their Mario. Really, it's their.
I don't think
their Sonic.
So Rico brings up the Bedrock edition of Minecraft for the mine coins, which they have done that to do. What do they call them? I can't remember what they called it, but you could do like worlds and stuff in Minecraft.
Minecraft realms, I believe.
Yeah, so like that I think is different. They paid $3 billion for this franchise, this property that was intended to produce a lot of money. I'm not saying that they've never done microtransactions. I'm not saying they've never done DLC. I'm saying that this is Halo. I don't think they're going to put a whole bunch of microtransactions in the free-to-play version because they just want people. And I can't imagine them being willing to fuck a tentpole. Like, I just can't see that. Right? Minecraft having DLC, Minecraft having microtransactions, I don't think that's them fucking over Minecraft. I think that's them monetizing it pretty responsibly, quite frankly.
Well,
I've
they
never
also
paid
know
$1 for anything to do with Minecraft. Other than
well, I think they know
itself.
as long as they leave the Java edition alone, people aren't going to be upset.
Yeah, exactly. As long as they leave the Java edition alone, which they have, and they've continued to update it. And if you want Bedrock, you know that's a whole different thing, and you know what you're getting into. So I don't think that's a problem. I really don't. And I think Halo, again, is very much... It's almost synonymous with Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Like, Halo is the mascot for Microsoft gaming.
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot that like their fucking Siri, Alexa, whatever, is just Cortana.
Cortana, exactly. So they're not gonna mess with it. I promise you, they're not. They're not that dumb. Like Microsoft has been all sorts of greedy and evil under fuck, what was his name? Bald guy, Steve Ballmer.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say. Well, I guess not Microsoft. It would have been Xbox, but just Don Matrick.
Don Matrick, super greedy, super stupid. Under him as well. Like they have definitely done stupid things. They are under Satya Nadella. They're under Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer has managed to convince Microsoft to turn Xbox into a real serious gaming thing. They split Windows off from it. Xbox is now its own vertical. The people don't realize what a big deal that is, but when you look back at the history of Microsoft and Xbox, the moment Xbox got spun out from Windows, because it was part of Windows, it was the whole purpose of Xbox was to sell Windows. That was it for the first 20 years. Or, well, 15 years. It was to sell Windows.
Did that work out?
It didn't work out, exactly. And so Phil Spencer convinced Microsoft to spin that out and make Xbox its own vertical. And ever since then, it has done nothing wrong. They've done nothing wrong since then. They put out Game Pass. They focused in on gaming. They turned, I mean, like the Xbox Series X is a gaming machine. It may not be popular, but that shit is a good gaming machine. You know? They've got fucking Xbox Live on Nintendo Switch. They are cross-play with PlayStation 100%. Any game that can convince PlayStation to be cross-play can be cross-play. They have it so that you can buy a game on Xbox and play it on your computer. They have turned into a really good game company all of a fucking sudden, and that's because they spun that out from Windows.
Like
that integration with like PC and Xbox is like they've been putting a lot of effort into that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I remember even like way back when, like back when the generation started, right? Like I got like fucking like that when they started putting they're like, oh, we're gonna put the games on PC on the Windows Store or whatever, and everyone was like, oh, I don't really know. I'm like, I was able to get Recore. I was able to play that was the first time I was like, I was able to play an Xbox exclusive game for the first time, because they were doing that. Now, granted, it's Recore. It's not the best game in the world by any means, but it's like that's how I also played like Super Lucky's Tale. That's now how I've played, fucking Gears 4 and 5. Like it's like that's really cool. It's kind of funny because eventually it got to the point where I think the only Xbox exclusive that was like actually exclusive to the system was like Rare Replay, the like 30 game collection. Like literally just because like they couldn't port it to PC, like it would just be such a hassle to do that. But like even fucking like Rise Son of Rome and like Killer Instinct, they all made their way, and like eventually that allowed me to fucking play Sunset Overdrive, which is like actually a game where I was like, I almost bought an Xbox just to play this game. I didn't. I waited for it to come to PC for years, but it was like, I'm glad that happened. I got to play that. Now it's like one of my favorite games of all time.
So C-Town says, and I'm going to disagree with him immediately here. Halo Infinite will have a shit ton of microtransactions. It just makes sense financially. They're not dumb. They're smart. That's why Halo Infinite will be full of microtransactions. And Microsoft has never been short-term thinkers, ever. If they were short-term thinkers, we would not have the Xbox. They had a CEO who's very short-term with Steve Ballmer, who said nobody would ever want to use a touchscreen on their phone. Why would anybody ever want to use a tablet? That makes no sense. People don't want to carry around music. That's dumb. Like, sure, Steve Ballmer said some very dumb things, and I think people still associate Microsoft with Steve Ballmer and his incredible stupidity. The man managed to make himself billions of... I think he's worth like $50 billion or something stupid. Because of very stupid decisions, right? But that is not Microsoft and hasn't been for 20 years. Really, really isn't.
He's worth 76 billion.
I mean, 76 billion, right? 76 billion. Incredible. So, like, he made all that money off of making every wrong decision. If you were to go into Microsoft in the 90s and the early aughts, and you were to take every single decision that Steve Ballmer made, and I mean every single one, and just do the opposite, you would have the biggest, most successful company in the world, because he made every bad decision. It was incredible how bad he was at leading that company. Just shockingly bad. But that hasn't been for a long time. Long time. They're not that evil anymore. And yeah, you know, as Meeple said, don't worry, we'll all hate Microsoft again. Eventually. We will. We'll all hate them again.
Absolutely, yeah.
They'll do something wrong, but their gaming division has done
life.
nothing wrong for five years or so. Ever since they spun it off, they've done nothing wrong.
It's always been very funny to see Microsoft and say, like, just with regards to with games, like the gaming space itself, to have Microsoft and Sony sort of constantly like trade places as like the face and the heel. Yeah. Like,
well, whichever one takes over the market, basically, and corners the market and starts to like dominate, they just become like the most evil company. Like,
yeah, because they no longer have to do consumer friendly things. They just they know they have the install base. They know they have, you know, whatever. I mean, it's a little bit better now with crossplay, because now they don't have as much hold on the idea of like, you know, you have to buy this one to play with your friends, which is always like a big thing. But I mean, that is I think why you still see Sony being so resistant to it, because they know the PlayStation 4 has like such a big install base. They know the PS5 is selling, so they're like, why? From their perspective, it's, you know, why would we enable crossplay? If we don't do that, then everyone who wants to play with their friends who have a PS5 has to get a PS5. And it's like, that's fucking shitty. That's fucking really fucking shitty. The Borderlands shit really pissed me off, because I was looking forward to crossplay on that for a long goddamn time. But it's like, you have that legendary moment from the two legendary moments from the PS3 or the PS4 announcement conference. Both Xbox and PS4 had their first ones, and then they did E3 where they had other ones. And you have that moment where Xbox announces their new console for you know, $4.99 or whatever, and then later that same day Sony comes out and says $3.99. And the crowd goes fucking nuts. And then later you have Shuhei Yoshida and Adam Boyd, I think is his name, release that little skit of like how to share your games on PS4.
Yeah.
And they just handed it over and they go, thanks. And like, that's fucking hilarious, because Microsoft was trying to do that, like that whole. And it's kind of funny.
I still think
they were
that was
early
a right
on
idea.
that.
I still think that was a right idea, what they did there. So here's the thing, because we're getting into this Eureka here in a second. Isn't EA one of the most profitable companies ever? If they were not to put microtransactions in Halo Infinite, they would be making a financially terrible decision. No. EA is worth $40 billion, and they make about $2 billion every year in profit. Microsoft is worth $2 trillion. $2 trillion. They could literally lose EA and not notice in the decimal points. Okay? Like, it is on a whole different level. They do not think about money in the same way that these companies do. $10 does not matter to Microsoft. They are happy to lose money because they are buying something called share of voice. They are happy to lose money. And looks like we're about 3 minutes? 3 minutes? We are 2 minutes away from Eureka. 2 minutes.
We're almost there.
And we're going to be seeing...
It's just nice seeing like this advertisement is just the most entertaining because it's just showing game. Like,
you are absolutely right that EA makes most of its money from microtransactions. This is not a question, but they make most of that money off of FIFA. Right, when you break it down, because I've gone through there's as you guys all know, I pay attention to stocks and I pay attention to quarterly earnings. I've gone through their stocks. I know what EA does. I understand it. I get where their money's coming from and where they're going. I understand. I super get it. But they're not on the same level. They're in no way on the same level. They're not even like talking on the same playing field. Microsoft could buy them and not even notice. They could pay twice as much as they're worth and still not even notice. They're not the same thing. When you talk about major companies, right? Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, those are the biggest companies in the world, and they're literally towering over these small companies. And yeah, EA is a small company comparatively. They are nothing. EA is smaller than Epic. Like they're not a big company like that. EA has been trying to get bought by Microsoft for the longest fucking time. You want to talk about a big games company, you talk about Embracer or Tencent. You know? Like, those are big game companies. Those are companies that are worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Not EA. Microsoft could buy EA and Sega. Yeah, Microsoft could buy EA and Sega and not even notice it. They could buy it with cash on hand. They would literally add no debt. Who's Embracer or Tencent? Well, there's some videos about that.
The road ahead.
Freedom Games is back? Why? Are they about to show the wrong sizzle reel? Could you imagine if they showed the wrong sizzle reel? It's supposed to be Eureka.
Right.
New SRPG. What does the S stand for?
Strategy.
Strategy? Okay.
They're showing the wrong sizzle reel. They're showing the wrong sizzle reel.
Have we seen this?
Yes,
we have.
They're showing the wrong sizzle reel.
Yeah, this is the indie game. It was made by
This
the
is
two
Freedom
guys,
Games.
Remember?
They're showing the wrong sizzle reel. They're showing the wrong sizzle reel. What is EA? What is? Wow! E3 is dead. E3 is dead.
Oh my god, dude. Holy.
They already showed this. They showed this yesterday or the day before.
The exact trailer we saw at Freedom Games.
Yeah.
If they introduce the two guys after this, then you know for sure that it's
This
just
is from yesterday.
replaying this exact same.
This is from yesterday. What are you do? Oh my god. Maybe it's just this, and then they're gonna go on to something else. Let's find out. Let's find out. This is supposed to be Eureka Games. Okay, maybe double check and see if this isn't being published by Eureka then.
Hey there.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's there. It's just.
What?
They're
What is
doing
happening?
it. They're doing the wrong sizzle reel.
What is going on?
Holy shit! I can't believe it. They're doing the wrong sizzle reel.
What better way
This isn't
to
real.
make the most out of our first
This is
E3 than to
this is a
release
fake
Dark Deity
event.
today, live on
E3.
stream
This is
right
someone
now.
put this
As of
together
this moment, Dark
to
Deity
fuck with
is
us.
This is the
available
joke.
on
This
Steam.
is what is. How can you?
to fuck with the three of us specifically.
Who's gonna? What are the consequences of this? Somebody paid for this.
Somebody,
slot.
there's
Like
Eureka Games right now is going to be like, hey, where's our shit? Oh, they caught it! They just caught it!
I can hear Michael and Dane going crazy back there. Dark Deity is available now for download at Steam, so go check it out. And the developer showcases continue here at E3 2021.
They caught it!
Now it's
Look!
time for Eureka Studios.
Oh.
They fucked up! Oh my god, they fucked up! And that's how they covered it up. Holy shit. They played the wrong fucking sizzle reel.
That was kind of slick, though. That was kind of slick.
Welcome to Eureka Studios
can't
E3 Showcase.
believe
I'm Dan.
that.
And I'm Stella.
That's
Eureka
fucking
is the published
insane.
team
They
which
played the
started
wrong
business in 2019.
showcase.
So far, we've helped several
This
indie
is-
games achieve success in the Chinese market.
That's an
And today we are here to
I
check
didn't
out
know. I
the
don't know how they
latest
could top it.
selection
I
of
didn't
our
know how they could
upcoming
top it.
titles.
I was like,
They had
how?
an
There are quite a
hour
lot of
to
games
look
Let's just
at the
get started.
clip that they were
And I
about
bet
to.
you'll find
They were
new
sitting
things.
on it for an hour, ready to hit play.
I thought there was no. Like, I really did. Every time, I think there's no way this E3
Could
can
get worse.
shittier.
And they
like,
did.
Find a missing girl.
They find a way.
journalist.
It's fucking.
this is
I mean,
pretty.
this looks good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
this
is
look
really
whatever
cool.
this is cool. I'm so
We got some
fucking
left
taken aback.
movement.
We got some left
Oh.
movement,
Yeah.
resistance.
Man, Metroid already getting clones. Was that not as funny as I thought it was?
Wow.
It
was okay.
Eh.
I give it a 4 out of 10.
Nobody likes
that already.
Very charitable.
Zishu, you need to find the journalist.
Oh, all right. You went in on that.
This looks good though.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just because I haven't seen any games in 3 days.
No, I think it actually does look good.
What the hell is going on? It seems I'm trapped in some
It
kind of
reminds me
death.
of more of like
No.
Mark of the
What was
Ninja.
This place is not what it used to
no,
be.
what was that like Shadow game?
Shadow Complex.
Yes.
Figure out what is going on.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that.
Yeah. That wasn't a bad game. That was just like disregarded by the world, but it wasn't a bad game.
Yeah, this is cool. It's got like a I don't know a style to it. Like it's got like a choreography to the camera work and everything. Like it's very nice.
Yeah. You know, like that's a very like the background doesn't need to be like that.
Deep.
Yeah.
Loopmancer. Yeah, that looks
Okay.
alright.
I don't know if I understand the title,
SWS
but
is a tactical siege game based on
Extremely
real-world
realistic
physics.
siege
In this
warfare
game,
simulator.
you can create
I
your
like the
own
name.
sword
That, like,
and command
totally-
Is that made
Totally
up
accurate,
totally
Adam.
capture
accurate?
enemy
Yeah,
cities,
probably,
and you will
yeah.
win the war.
I mean, it kind of looks similar, but like obviously not the same, or else they would call it totally accurate because that's like a brand now.
Yeah.
So this is a knockoff, I guess, but it doesn't look like a bad knockoff.
嗨，你好，我是超逼真的工程模拟器的开发者郭兴。这是一款
It's
操
literally
作
a
简单、
Chinese
可爱又
clone.
有趣
That's
的战术
hilarious.
工程游戏。游戏里
'Cause
不必费
it
心
doesn't
每个
look
单位的
bad.
操作，因为士兵们都有自己独立的 AI， 可以感知队友和周围
Like
的
when
环
people
境
talk
来
about
协助
Chinese
作战
clones of
并且在战
games,
时交
you
过
know.
时，你还可以附身在
Yeah.
Well, this doesn't look like it's leaning into
在
the
未来，我们
jank
还
as
计划
much.
开发自定义模组
Yeah,
和
it
联
looks
机
like
模
it's
式，希
taking
望
it
你会喜
serious.
欢。
It looks good.
Well, not. I wouldn't say serious,
Yeah,
but
well, you know what I mean.
yeah.
And I wouldn't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
say it necessarily. Like, I'm not saying it looks good.
If you're a
It
fan
looks
of roguelike
interesting.
games,
I would try
you
it.
have to check out Metal Mind and its 100% customizable mecha modification system.
So we got a
Sort of
twin
like
stick shooter.
Gungeon. Yeah.
Twin stick shooter bullet hell, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't look
Fully
like the
upgraded.
movement's fast enough for a bullet hell. It looks like it's.
But I mean, it's clearly a bullet hell, though, right?
Well, I don't know if there's as much dodging to that extent. Is there?
I'm not a. Well, I mean, bullet hells come in all shapes and sizes. At this point,
This looks pretty bullet helly.
like the Binding of Isaac could be considered a bullet hell. Some
Like I think of bullet hell as like there's bullets like the entire screen is full of them. You know, not like they're just shooting at
yeah,
you.
I mean that is definitely like the main thing, but like not every bullet hell is like Toho.
He has confirmed it's roguelike.
装甲、重量、热量、电力等物理机制，按照自己的想法构筑 build， 打造独一无二的战争机器，最后战胜敌人，大杀四方。
The source
Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry.
It's an open-world survival crafting
Well, they pronounced it
where
properly, it's a
gathering,
Swordsman X.
crafting, and exploration
Oh my
fused
God.
with martial arts and the
I've
battle
never
experience.
sneezed on a stream before. I'm so sorry.
I didn't even really register.
Oh, well, that was blessed you.
I think I sneezed the other day. I didn't say sorry at all.
I feel terrible now. I feel really bad now. I apologize.
Wow.
What is this? Do you remember there was a game on Nintendo where you played as Ronin. No, it wasn't on Nintendo. It was on PC. It's an older real-time strategy game about playing as Ronin versus Samurai.
Don't remember.
Yeah, you guys don't know games, so we got a we got our survival game.
This looks good so far.
Does it?
I don't know.
Do
You
like
can pick up
survival games?
grass.
Do you like building?
Yeah.
Like that looks
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
It's definitely not my kind of thing. Oh yeah, I can say that.
I love this kind of shit. I don't know what you're talking
Like
about.
I like the idea of like you can run up to a tree and then just like get your axe, cut down the tree, and like it's kind of realistic.
Well, I like building stuff. That's like I like to sit there and just build cool buildings.
Well, yeah, 'cause that's the reason you're cutting down the tree in the first place. I don't just like lumber simulator.
I love deforestation. I don't even do anything with the trees. I just set them all on fire to increase the deforestation.
That's it. I like building. I'm not as big on the
The
mining.
Immortal Mayor
this looks
is a
weird.
construction and management
Whoa.
sim game. You will play as a local god that watches over the land.
Why
Befriend
is
other
the-
gods
It's a god
and
game.
use magic to help your residents build a town.
Why are the things far away? Like it's like
It's a god
like they
game.
turn the saturation down, but they turn up the like the lines.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
an interesting like draw distance effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of neat. Look at that. Yeah, if you look into the distance there, that's... Yeah, what would that be? That looks like an extreme cell shading, right?
Yeah.
Again, there's an actual term for it, but I don't know.
Again, yes, but it's like an
not-
extreme cell shading. That's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah, Gravity Rush, the first one, used a similar thing for like draw distance. Where
Has
like
anybody ever played that?
You
know, other than what was his name? The Golden Bolt. I think he played it once.
I think all 5 Vita owners probably played it.
Right? Yeah. Oh, doesn't he own like 3 of them? So...
Yeah, and I own the other 2.
Right? Yeah.
Like, that's a good game though. But they did a similar thing with like the draw distance in the back. It was like fogged in a way that like it just made the rest of the world look like painted.
Yeah, you're terraforming Mars.
We have now seen more games than we saw during Nintendo, by the way.
Wow.
Oh, this is actually kind of cool. You can actually go up to the satellites in orbit. Doesn't look like there's much to it though. And that,
Mars.
yeah, that UI just like conformed it.
Kitty!
Look
at the kitty!
重塑火星是一款火星题材的策略建造游戏，由我一个人独立开发。
You know, I wonder if they thought that this was going to be like
将白手起家，
unprofessional,
从火星上
right?
面
And
采
we're
集
talking
矿
into
物、
our
能源，
iPod
研究科技，
speaker
不断
thing
地
on
改
our
善火星的
headphones.
居
Like,
住条件，
oh, I
迎
don't
接一
know.
批又一批
People
的
are
火
really
星
not
移
going to
民
like。this. And
同
look at
时，
that GUI.
火星上
We
有
saw
恶劣多变的
games.
自然条件，还有
We
野
saw
外
games.
之
We can
间
see
的
that
纷
this is
争
a
和
game
冲
that's
突，
on
这些
Steam.
都将给你带来
This
不小
might
的
be like middle
希
of
望
the
And there's a cat.
可以为你开启一场特别
There's
的
a
火星之
cat.
旅。
This is more professional than Take-Two. By far.
Yeah, you're right.
Mo is
Still
like a
one of the
Chinese
better
martial art
setups in
detective
E3,
game.
says
You will
Nami.
play as a detective who defeats enemies with wit and a silver tongue. Crack the case and bring justice to the world.
That is great. Why couldn't everybody just do this?
Right?
It's mind-boggling how they couldn't.
This is so far a top 5 presentation this weekend.
Like we got 100,000 people and put them in front of a company. It's just like people are watching, show them something, and they're just like, I don't really wanna.
Right? Like, whereas these guys, like, I feel like these guys are like, oh, we get a shot at E3. Like, we need to do something. Let's do something to prove that we deserve this spot at E3, and they've done it. This wouldn't even be a bad showcase in a normal year. Like, this would be a fine showcase.
They kept to their 10 minutes too. Exactly.
And exactly because it's 2 minutes late. Yes.
Yeah.
Stay up to date with
This
all the
is
latest
beautiful.
news. Please be sure to follow our official Twitter account.
You know what?
Eureka Studio.
We're gonna
Thank you all
tweet it
again,
them.
and have a good time.
Good job winning E3, Eureka.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Although, will that read
It
as
feels like that's
well,
sarcastic.
Yeah,
It's
I
not.
was gonna say, will that read as sarcastic?
Okay, hold on. I will reply to myself. This isn't sarcasm.
Fueling us.
No, now it sounds definitely like it's sarcasm.
Like, no.
And now it
but
sounds like it's
for
like a
real.
veiled like put
I've been
down.
eyeing
Actually
it all
not.
day. It is gorgeous, and I want it.
You
get
did
it?
so
You've
good.
talked about you talked a good game about pre-order.
Better
Yeah,
than
no, I definitely
Take-Two.
am gonna pick that up for sure because I think like I need something slim.
And
you know,
it's
I need
better
something
than-
slim. And
I was gonna say,
need something
it's
to
better
play
than Take
all
Two
those
that
great
much Eureka
of a
games on,
compliment.
I feel like you need to up it a little.
Did quite like a few of them. Loopmancer, the first game that they showed, a 3D side scroller. Yeah,
Like,
looked
5th
pretty
best
solid.
showcase. Well, I mean, that's
we
a
were
little.
trying to figure out if it was like more Metroidvania.
You know what I
like, or
mean,
like
right?
Dead Cells like. We were trying to get the feel on it. So I'm interested in jumping into that and checking it out. Sure, there you go. You get to look at it right there. I think from a E3 graphical perspective, the one that was made me turn my head the most.
GameSpot
There's a lot of other ones that are coming up that are stylized, that have a lot of different looks to them. And I did appreciate the start of this one.
IGN saying it's
we're going to show you a bunch of stuff. We hope you find your next favorite game.
So they should be starting any minute now with the final thing. We're watching the final part of E3, which is the GameSpot Play for All showcase.
And the GameSpot showcase we're about to do with some of the indie games and talk about smaller stuff you might have missed.
You know, what I like about what we're doing here is for any of our viewers who, you know,
some of
have
these
not
games
had an
look
opportunity
nifty.
to attend E3 before,
I'll
this
give
is
them
typically
that.
how the experience goes.
So, yeah, that looked good. This is better than a lot of what we've seen at E3, so I'm not complaining. This probably has the most games compared to the time. I mean, they showed a lot of games in 10 minutes. I want to say they showed like eight or 9 games in 10 minutes, which is pretty good. Yeah, no, that was fantastic. The E3 Game Awards, do you really want to watch those? Like, that's at 7:45.
7:45. Yeah.
What games are there to award?
I don't even know what you could do.
Just give every single award to Wizard with a Gun. I don't care.
Nobody cared about that.
Do
game.
that.
Nobody.
Everyone cared. It looks so good.
It doesn't.
It looks so good.
It's really funny reading through. It's really funny reading through the Twitch chat right now because they're all legitimately confused as to when Bandai Namco is coming on.
That's great.
That's so good.
Here we go.
Hey
The
everyone,
Play
I'm
for
Tamal
All
Hussain,
showcase.
Managing editor of GameSpot.com, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Play for All showcase.
That's
brought
a
to you by
hairstyle,
GameSpot
alright.
and The Mix. In this showcase, we're going to be highlighting developers that represent the bright future of video games, boosting awareness for games and teams that haven't had as much visibility as they deserve. More importantly, we're highlighting games and teams that encourage inclusivity,
I feel like he's gonna offer me a
tolerance,
coffee.
and togetherness at their core. All the games in this showcase are made by a diverse set of creators that have important stories to tell. These are all games that made us think, smile, get excited about, and feel good about what games have to offer. And we hope you feel
It's
the
got a
same
cool
way.
shelf in the background there.
What is poppin', everyone? My
What
name
is
is
poppin',
Justin Woodward,
everybody? Yo,
co-founder of The
remember to
Mix,
like,
the media
subscribe,
indie
hit
exchange
that
and the
bell. Let's do
independent
this.
game development team
Maybe
in
back off a
Terabang
little bit from your
Entertainment.
microphone.
You guys may not
You
know
don't
that
have
The
to,
Mix
but
and
it's cool
GameSpot have
if
teamed
you
up
did.
for over 5 years now during E3 to showcase some of the most interesting indie titles that have graced our screens, with interviews and trailers from developers from.
Did Bandai Namco have a show? Yes. Yes, they did.
I can't believe the state of gaming is that the indie is legitimately just better than the major studios.
Yeah. So Bandai Namco, what they did is they showed a sizzle reel for the next Man of Medan.
And hop into our first interview with Zalaver Nelson.
The Dark Picture, the Dark Anthology, the
Yeah,
Dark
whatever.
Chronicles Anthology.
Dude, it's fucking terrible. Just wait.
House
You guys
of
are gonna play it.
Ashes.
You guys are gonna play it. It's gonna be good. The people have asked.
Well, I mean, GameSpot's showing games, so they're already number 6.
Yeah.
Like by default, they're already number 6.
This doesn't look bad at all.
No?
No.
Metroidvania, obviously.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. I guess, yeah. I was gonna say more of a Zelda, but I guess they're basically the same, like, idea.
Roguelike?
Maybe?
I mean, there's upgrade paths with a bunch
Yeah,
of
but
random bosses that they're showing. This sure feels like it would be a roguelike.
Yeah, I mean, it could also just be like a Zelda game with a skill tree.
Yeah, I wasn't picking up roguelike because it felt like they were.
Because when they showed the map, I mean, I guess they've done like Dead Souls and stuff that have done stuff like that.
Rogue Legacy is built like that.
Yeah. True.
Unsighted. And they have a demo.
Oh, hey, it's a humble game. That means we'll all get it for free in 6 months. Glitches everywhere.
Yeah, the no faces.
Orange flavored potato. Did you see that?
Yep, I did.
I don't know what this is, but I love that style, man.
No face?
Just this style of like super Blade Runner.
Right. Yeah.
Ah, it's great. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's
the world
pretty
is
as
beautiful.
fuck.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Dudes, you got me. Oh, look, it's Gaben in the background.
Oh, it is, yeah. Huh.
Minds beneath us. Yo, that looks really fucking pretty.
Yeah.
And they've got the razor mask on.
Yeah.
Minds beneath
Oh. What?
Pepsi versus. It has the name Pepsi on it. How much you want to bet this doesn't
Popsy.
make it?
It was Popsy.
Yeah, it's Popsy.
Fight with your fists. Enter your
What?
name in its maker.
Whoa.
I don't get the soda part of this.
I mean,
Somebody
I'm
thought
guessing
about the
that's-
food wars and they took it very literally.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna like. I feel like Raw Men still beats this out. You know what I mean? But this is like, it got the out of me, which I feel like is what they wanted.
Popsy versus Coca-Cola.
Are you fighting a Starbucks cup? Okay, that's kind of funny.
With a gun.
I still don't get it though.
They wanted to make
I don't know.
a brawler and they decided to do it about food.
Yeah. The drinks.
Yeah.
Super drink bros.
Neko
Super drink
game teacher.
Bros, like it's possessive.
Here's the story about Billy, the quiet kid sailing.
I mean, that's not
Well,
a game I would
that's
ever
good.
play. We already saw this one. That drink thing's not something I would ever play, but you know. And this was during the wholesome games thing. So yeah.
Is this a different clip though?
Uber says what? You never wanted to have a food fight? Food fight?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
You're supposed to laugh at the audience.
Well, I thought I was supposed to laugh with the audience.
When they make jokes, they're the funny jokes. Remember that.
Right.
Yeah, but then when you read it out, it just like
Yeah, I mean, if you,
it attaches yourself to it, and it.
Yeah, let me here, watch. I'll give you a different. What? You never wanted to have a food fight? Yeah,
Good
see,
one.
there you go. There you see, I did you a service there.
You have to have like a forced enthusiasm that kind of like betrays that you're dead inside.
I do have a forced enthusiasm. You can tell because I'm talking.
I'm in a two-story motel in El Paso, Texas.
There you go. Now you're bringing it.
It's extremely haunted. And my ex is at the bottom.
My ex is at the bottom?
Lord of the Vampires. She's waiting for me.
So, Max Voxel?
What the heck?
It's Max Voxel. Voxel Pain, maybe?
I see what you're saying. They're trying to do like Matrix?
No, it's fucking Max Payne. What are you talking about Matrix? Oh my god.
They're like trying to do the...
They're even doing
That's
the
Max
noir
Payne.
thing. It's clearly Max Payne.
It's kind of the same
I love a person
thing,
who
but yeah,
respects the classics,
it's like the
and
bullet
we
time.
have Xavier
Right.
Nelson Jr.,
Trench coat.
director on El Paso Elsewhere, rocking a toe
It's
jam
not green,
as well.
though. It's not green
Why
filtered.
is he shaking?
Tell us about your t-shirt.
The developer of
I mean,
gave it to me.
he might.
Maybe he's nervous. He's on E3.
I'm currently. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm not really shaking. I am shaking. Maybe it's because I'm just in bed.
I thought you were super laid back.
Well, I mean, I am.
You went into depth into your posture, so like I think we know exactly.
Yeah, like well, I'm just kind of like laying here. Like I got my laptop resting between my knees and my fucking belly. And it's just like it's nice, laid back. But like usually, you know, in any situation, I am just always, you know, one knee's a going. Like even you know, whether I'm alone or whatever, like just one knee is always just a going, a going, a going. But yeah, right now not so much.
Third-person shooter. I was like, I know exactly what that means, but there might be some people out there who are like, what the hell does that even mean? So tell us, what does that mean? What is El Paso Elsewhere?
It is a,
He's got a toe jam and Earl shirt.
spiritual successor and evolution to classic shooters like
Yes, he does.
Dead to Rights, Max Payne,
Max
and,
You said it.
anything that goes bump in the dark. Really, we're
See, you people don't know video games.
noir
What?
conventions
What are you?
and that genre
You don't
and
know.
this
Oh yeah, I guess it could be Max Payne, but it's really more of the
When did I-
Matrix.
When did I say that? I said it is that. What?
It's really more of the Matrix, really. When you think about it, it's not really very Max Payne at all. I don't see that at all. Sorry, it was.
I just thought they were doing a reference to a scene from the Matrix.
No.
Okay. Listen, I haven't played any of the Max Payne
I haven't
games.
played these games
But-
because I don't play video
but-
games. Because really,
but-
all I do, if it's not got poofy hair, I'm not gonna play it.
But
Also, now you
there's
guys have
another
heard both
key
my
thing.
Raiden voice and my Brody voice.
I also have not watched The Matrix.
Because my Raiden voice is when he gets all high pitched and he's like, right? But then my Brody voice is when he starts lisping.
Started lisping.
Well, you know, I'm just such a. That's the Brody.
I don't lisp.
No, but I feel
I
like you do in
think-
my head. Like when I think of you, you're a lisper.
can't be
And I know you don't,
black
but you know that's my voice for you.
You know, it's funny. I used to.
That's
As a
terrifying.
kid,
They'll
I had one.
terrify supportive white people.
And I was always very self-conscious about it because I didn't like it. I at one point I remember I was in middle school.
Hold on, hold on.
And
Is
hold on.
destroying
I'm
not just
interrupting
people
my
who look
story.
like
What are we seeing?
Hold
We're not
on.
seeing
your
anything.
family,
If you'd shut the
but
fuck
also
up.
anything that doesn't fit into
Can't believe
this
you would
very
interrupt me like
precise
that.
I
mold of
can't
how
hear
you are
him.
supposed to behave.
It's hurtful.
So, long story short, we're making an original hip hop soundtrack.
That's not what I was expecting.
Including such lyrics as "Terrorism is easy, be black in public." Because
Ooh.
there's
Wasn't it
nothing
like
that
a
more
heavy metal rock
clearly
music?
expresses.
Are they still talking about the Max Payne game?
Yes, this is
fighting
the
through
guy
hell
who
for
did
Bloody
it.
Floor than
Oh.
some.
So-
Well, no, I
good,
found it interesting. You said like it's a hip hop soundtrack. If the soundtrack they introduced it with was the
So
like
I'm
the
hoping
Doom
that
like rock
through
one, you know?
the gameplay, through the narrative, and through
I mean,
our
I'm
audio
assuming that's
layers,
just
we
part
are
of
delivering the same sense
a
of
thing, right? Like
freedom
part
of
of their-
expression
their
and
marketing thing.
critically.
It's pronounced
feeling bad,
lisp.
Yep, that's
even if you're just sitting in your room
Lisp.
in your
Brody.
underwear.
Lisp.
Yeah,
Lisp.
it's that
Playing
feeling
a
Yeah.
game.
Lisp.
Like
It's that feeling of knowing you
it.
you can be
Yeah,
yourself
like I remember
and
I
be
was in
okay
middle
to
school and
don't
I
have
thought
to
like I had a
feel
deviated
like
septum or something, and I was
I
like,
don't have
we need to
be
go to the
myself,
doctor
just
and
thing
get
that can
fix
just
my
do that.
nose or whatever
That's the
makes me
only thing
has
I want to
this.
do, and
Not
And then we
lisp. Not
and then
lisp.
we didn't do that, and eventually it just went away.
until the end of time came out.
Lisp
Tupac
versus
Shakur's,
lisp.
kind of album, and
Lisp.
I just
Lisp
blasted the
versus
Lisp.
Yeah,
and it
see,
was one of the
take your
best,
tongue
like,
out from in
months of
between
my life.
your teeth.
I was just to say, it's weird talking
Lisp.
to people who don't understand.
No, you keep
like,
saying
I mean,
lisp.
a song like the
Lisp.
Police isn't like
Lit the
hey,
lisp.
No, that's
Jack
lisp.
the Police.
See, they're saying it.
It is an
Lisp.
expression
You need to
of
take your
Lisp.
teeth. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Lisp.
You need to. It's S.
overwhelming
Lisp.
fascist force.
Lisp.
I can rap.
Yes.
And
Lisp.
you're going to hear
I don't necessarily care about E3, but I thought it would be nice of me to pop in and say now that I'm able to.
justified fury and
Pop
rage
in and say
expressed,
now that I'm able to.
through music.
Zalavier, thank you
Also,
so much.
apparently,
Thank
Brody
you
can't
for
pronounce
the
the
day
word
to talk to us
lisp.
about El Paso Elsewhere.
Every time I
Hopefully
learn
we get
something
to
new.
see more
Brody,
very,
maybe
very
you need
soon.
to eat another rock to nail that pronunciation.
You know, as a big
Well, I mean, I think that would just give me a list.
Dude, this guy needs to like back the fuck up off of his microphone.
Next up, though,
He's got
we
this
have
shit
a
so far
developer
down
that
his
hails from the
fucking throat.
Philippines developing a tasty game for your senses. You know, every time I see a game that has to do with food in 4K, it makes me want to grab my
I
phone
just
and
want to
hit
keep
that
turning him
DoorDash
down.
button to hop right in.
Like he's peaking on every syllable. He's peaking on syllables that don't even have plosives. Like, what the fuck, bro? More games! Oh my god, this is it. This is number 6.
It's an Xbox Live arcade game.
Who cares? It's a game. Didn't see those today.
They really do. And hey, Raiden, it has the stuff that you like, the P1, P2, P3, P4.
Absolutely, yeah, that's... Well, no, I don't like it anymore because I can't play couch co-op games anymore because Nami ruined my everything.
You can't...
All right. Right.
Never
So
be on a couch
haven't-
again?
If you haven't seen it, Raiden on the couch. He's right there on the couch getting ready to play this couch co-op game with his penguin friends. A tasty game for your senses.
Headliner about fake news and its effect on society. Following those topics has been very draining, both mentally and emotionally. I really needed a break, something that would be silly, colorful, and gameplay.
Also, welcome, Clay.
Hi, my
Yes,
name is
also
Jakob,
welcome,
and I would like to tell you about our game.
Oh man.
What the?
He just
What's a
did the
better idea
ice
than a
bucket
game where you play as a
challenge.
little cloud and ruin everybody's day? Limiting our protagonist to
Like,
being a
what?
cloud was an
I mean, this
interesting
is
design
cute.
challenge that actually spurred a lot of innovation. Sure, we can rely on weather powers.
I like the little
rain, snow,
bandana.
tornado. What about different rain modes?
Okay.
What
It
about
reminds me of like
rain,
it's like
acid rain, and
it's like the
throw
Katamari
beacons? What about
Damacy,
raining
but
oil
like
and
Yeah,
propane
it's sort of like that.
clouds.
What about
Yeah,
raining
plus
coffee
like
into mugs
like
with
a kind of a
tired office
donut
workers?
county
And
vibe.
then we realized, why limit
I
ourselves
have that
to
installed
lights?
and I still
Why not
haven't
rain
played it.
bread that attracts pigeons or hands that can pet dogs?
I've heard it's
Why not rain
good.
swords
I've heard
and
it's
go
good
on
too.
an
I'm gonna.
epic
It's on
adventure,
Game Pass,
solving
so
quests and
like
exploring
I'm gonna try it
dungeons?
out.
What if other
probably
games got
this
invaded
week.
by the cloud? What if you were sneaking through a compound?
Oh,
alone?
that
my
little,
God,
little
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
But you're
Metal
the
Gear
monster.
Cloud.
Forcing ourselves to be
Holy
a cloud
shit.
Great.
give birth to many unusual.
Yeah, no, I like this
subverting
game.
player
This is
expectations.
good.
Always expect the unexpected.
Like I like the whole Katamari
Bringing
and
a
everything.
break
Yeah,
is out
yeah,
now.
this is nice.
Yeah, that's I really like that. Yeah.
Was it Dust 2? It looked like it was Dust 2. Did they put Dust 2 into it? That's great.
What I can.
Really like the art style on this one.
Clee says, how did that go for you? Because I feel like I'm fucked.
But when I do remember,
You saw Dust 2 A-Site? That's awesome.
I remember everything.
Oh, I can already tell what this
These
is.
are the colors.
You know you die at the end of this game, right? Like, you know you die at the end of this game.
Words are how
Or maybe
I
it's a
connect
game about
my
you dying,
memories.
like and like you're dead at the beginning.
They are what tell
Ooh, what a meaningful journey.
Right?
Yeah.
Seeing all the things.
That
you
water
forgot.
looks so. I like how they did that water.
I
Oh, yeah,
mean,
you're definitely sailing. Okay, yeah, this is. That doesn't look good.
I don't mean this as an insult, but it's going to sound like one, which is that this looks like it was made in dreams. Like
It's too.
I mean, it could have been. Don't they let you sell the games that are made in dreams?
I
think the licensing lets you do that. I think legally you're allowed
I don't.
to do that.
I don't know that you can get them out of dreams or
I
not.
don't know. Maybe you can.
I've always thought like they should bring that game to PC because I feel like it will have like a good life there.
am only reading out parts of my fucking, says Clee. It's a game about dementia? Yeah, I mean, like, your character clearly dies at the end, though. We have grid-based, tactical, turn-based combat.
Yeah. I feel like it's almost too realistic for this, like, turn-based RPG.
Yeah, it's the. I don't know. I mean, Divinity doesn't look. I guess Divinity is more stylized.
Holy shit! That
Yeah,
music
like
got
this is
really loud.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're at a point a little bit in like fidelity in games that you have, if you're not gonna like be one of those, like if you're not gonna go at least I guess maybe like AA or something with it, like a Hitman kind of, it's like you got to go stylized. To if you can't go realistic if you're not gonna hit a certain benchmark, I think.
Hey, what's this?
Oh, this is the
this
soup
is
game
our
again.
Hot pot.
Yeah,
No,
but
this is the
no, well,
soup
this is
the
the
second one. This
yeah,
is a different
yeah,
one.
yeah. This is the soup one. It's not the good one. It's not the hot pot one.
Well, I mean, it looks like it may not be bad though. I don't know why you're instantly saying it's terrible.
Well, because the other one's a hot pot one. I mean, if there's two soup games,
Yeah,
and one
this
of
is
them,
the inferior soup.
That. Look at this frame rate.
Yeah.
And what is this music?
This is a point and click game.
And what is this music?
At least we're listening to music that isn't like dubbed over.
They went like.
Have you
pretty
forgotten?
crazy here, man. Like they're trying to suggest their game is like super wacky or something, and I didn't get that at all.
Cooking is a comforting outlet for a lot of people, and Filipino studio Chicon Club wants to give you the same warm and fuzzy feelings from their new game.
Raiden, do you only kick and want to kill adult dogs or puppies as well?
Master, but is actually a technical director. How you doing, Gwen?
I'm doing great. Thank you for indulging me.
I guess just adult dogs.
Just adults. Okay.
I like it.
I feel like the punishment for you hurting a puppy should be much worse, to be honest. Boney's puppy is so cute. I feel the urge to kick you towards the moon if you were to want to kick him. I feel like kicking a Rhydon.
That the team itself like really wanted to do. So originally it was just Trina and me, who is the art director of the game. We wanted
And apparently Raiden
a cooking
attacked
game that's
Aaron
just really
earlier.
focused on cooking. So you have games that like overcook, but it's
Why did you
not
attack?
When did that happen?
Why did you attack?
You have games like Monster.
Oh yeah, no, I totally did. Yeah.
Cooking, but it's more animation. But there are very
Interesting.
few games.
Boney is now saying you cannot kick his dog.
That are actually focused on cooking
Does
itself. So we wanted
does
to create
him
that,
telling
but
you
the
that you're
gist
not
is
allowed to
that
do it, does it make
when
you
we
want to
grew
do
up,
it more?
We actually don't
No,
do
you can.
recipes.
I'm cool with that.
And so like it's more of like
It's a very
art
cute dog. He
and
shared a picture in the
so,
Discord,
the voices
I think in
of
the
the
friends
artists.
only room,
And we wanted to
of
have
his
that in the
desk
game.
dog,
So we actually released a demo last year, and people really
which
liked it.
he had his
So
little dachshund
we made it a bigger
sitting
game,
underneath his
which is super
monitor,
fun.
passed out. It was
Soup
adorable.
is coming from a team in Southeast Asia. Where
Meeple
not a lot
says,
of
"I
games
like soup."
Come from, and that
Well,
means
I
that
like
you
turtles.
have a
Yeah.
distinct perspective.
My favorite
like
part of the
trains.
soup is just being
How
able
much
to
in
look
terms
at
of
it
when
and
you
not
create a
touch it
game,
or
are you thinking
interact with it in
about,
any way.
hey, this is
Just
an
I've made
opportunity
it
for us to not
and then
only
I just
put a
throw it
really
out.
cool game out, but also educate people around the world.
Yeah, catch
about
and release,
our
you know?
culture. And
Yeah.
I know I
Yeah.
for one,
Make
don't
and
have a lot
pour
of
out.
exposure to Filipino food,
Let's
and
see.
like now I see this not only as a game that I want to.
He's
God, I
like
could
a
go for some
third the
fucking
width
soup
of
now.
my K70, no, 2/3.
The thing is
Yeah, I mean,
that,
like it's a tiny little
and this
dog. It
might
was
sound
very cute.
corny, is that, when you're
Super
making
liked it.
something, of course, start with what you know.
I was just
So
biking around
definitely,
and
like,
he
we wanted
charged
to
me.
do a cooking game,
Oh.
but we wanted.
No, now Brody
if we
is on the
go
same page.
ahead
Okay.
and do, like,
Okay,
cooking,
I'm
yeah.
confused.
we're qualified to
What
do
did I
that.
miss?
And so it's
Were you guys
Raiden
playing
attacked her.
good
Were you guys
coincidence
playing
in
a
way
video game
because,
earlier
like,
today?
we just generally want
No.
like
But
more
Raiden did
to
appear.
enjoy. And the thing is that with food,
Oh.
She was playing
the more
Pokemon Go
you
and then a Raiden appeared.
delve into it,
Oh, a
and
Raiden
you
just
have
wildly
recipes,
appeared.
that would touch
Yeah.
on different
Or actually,
foods.
I don't know if it was
The more we
Pokemon Go
realize
specifically.
that
It was
there's
a
just
Pokemon.
so many similarities
Why on
across
earth
regions
is
that
this the
it's
one they're
really
talking about for so long?
about
They
ingredients
talked to
and
the
then
guy
how to
of the
do
last
it.
game
What do
for
you
a bit
think
too. Like,
needs
I
to
think
be
the
done
whole
or what
the
needs
whole
to happen
format
for
here
a
is that
region
they're
like
giving
Southeast
people
Asia to become
time to talk
some
about
kind
their
of powerhouse
games.
in its own right, where
So
people
they
don't
show
feel
it,
compelled to
and
work
then
for companies that are from other
yeah.
countries, but do what you do and
Stuff.
put together
And they
a
talk
stronger
about it.
presence in.
I'm okay with
the
it. We've
region.
seen a lot of
How-
games
how-
already. More
what does
games
the
than we saw in
development
almost
community need to
every
do? What
other
does the people
showcase
outside
other
of
than
the
like
people who buy
Xbox.
and play games need to do
And
to support that?
maybe
think one of the
Devolver. I don't
things
remember
that,
any of the games in
hopefully
Devolver,
doesn't
but
get me canceled is that
I feel like they
because
probably
we
showed a
are
lot of
in
games.
this part of region of the world, there is that like oh, this isn't worth this much money.
Yeah.
And then
He has Dark Souls 2 in his background. Is it 2? That's the worst one.
I don't know, but none of these have a cat. So, I almost want to give Yamiko or whatever, Eureka. I almost want to give them.
Eureka.
Yeah, I kind of want to give them the #1 spot because they just had a cat in the
You're
back.
so fucking easy, Brody.
What are you saying?
gonna
They
give
shouldn't
them-
get the #1
you're gonna
spot
give-
because they have
What
a
about the
cat?
guy who had a Spyro in the background?
You're gonna give them.
Well, that's a #2, but I mean that's
You had a
that's a
Spyro in the
statue.
background. You're gonna
That's-
say that single thing because there happened to be a some sort of like a flea bitten rat thing there, right?
There was an
Because of that.
adorable kitty.
Because
It
there
was-
was
it
this
was
flea bitten
adorable.
rat thing. You want to give it the #1 spot over Xbox, over Game Fest, over everything. Over
Yes.
Devolver,
Because there was an adorable
because there was a
kitty.
disgusting rat catcher.
And it was like
Gotcha.
doing stuff. It was just like it wasn't even just hanging out. Like it was there acting all cute. Like yeah, of course.
Uh-huh.
That's basically what happened to us.
Cats are the best. I agree with Brody. Adorable cats are even better. M doesn't.
It was adorable. Confirmed.
Absolutely adorable. Adorable kitty in the background of the thing makes them win E3. Yes. That
Well,
I
I'm
would
gonna
say
go ahead
that
and say that
on,
they.
on an,
I'm
on
gonna
a
say that they were
normal year.
worse than Take Two, so that our average pulls them where they belong.
No, you don't. You don't get to F tier this.
I'm F tiering the cat.
They're going right into AAA.
Nope, I'm F tiering the cat, which puts them right where they belong in 5th place.
You are a monster. You have no heart. I don't know how you continue to go on living.
Well, I mean, but you knew this. So. Hey, we're gonna see some more games here in a second.
That's exciting.
All hail the Penguin Master. Thank you.
All hail the Penguin Master.
Now I'm extremely hungry
Holy
for
shit,
some
I
hot
hate this guy.
pot
I hate him. He needs to just never do this again until he buys a new microphone or learns how to use it. Like the fact that this guy is on here and has no clue how to use his microphone is disappointing.
Check out the trailers and we will be right back.
Alright, we got some more trailers.
It's like a stop motion animation thing.
Oh.
Wait, did you see that? Are they on different? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They're on different like planes.
That's interesting.
This is another actually unique game that we've seen now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the little puzzle pieces that they're including as part of the theme.
Welcome
Hey, it's
to
Lana.
a wonder
That's
of
where my brother
endless
lives.
beauty and nature. Let your troubles melt away on this
Where
tropical paradise.
Is that like in a
Relax
place?
your mind
That's
and
in
soul
Maui.
on one of our
Somewhere?
breathtaking
Oh,
beaches,
Hawaii.
or stimulate your adventurous
Hawaii.
side with exciting activities found all over the island.
Oh
The
no.
Aloha spirit will leave its mark
no.
on you and keep you coming again and again.
Is it a
Get
Far
ready for
Cry
an
clone?
unforgettable
Oh
experience
no.
that is sure
Is it
to
an
bring
Army of the
peace,
Dead clone?
Serenity and plenty of magical
Dead Island?
memories.
No.
Lahaina, the destination
That's where
of a
I'm
lifetime.
going. I'm riding on a jet plane. And you're gonna burn it to the ground. That's awful. I can't support that.
I will now gauge your interest in multiplayer by simulating a multiplayer experience. I am helping. We are doing this together. We are friends. I'm busy. People bond by doing activity. Oh.
I'm Gwen Frey, and this is Lab Rat.
Good.
That's
You
already
level
kind of
up a
funny.
new puzzle. Begin the next puzzle. Good work. Here is your achievement.
You are a tester. Your job is to evaluate a puzzle game that is being crafted by this artificial intelligence.
Portal.
I am giving
Yeah,
you
it's
control
Portal-esque
of your
for sure,
very
yeah.
own gun.
What they're going for is GLaDOS.
Yeah.
Triple. Oh my god. All right, this is pretty good.
Unfortunately, the AI has gained access to more data than we anticipated, and it seems to be generating new games based on whatever it finds.
The place where you live is dark and full of crimes.
What are we going to do? There are so many guns. You have nothing on me.
For updates on the game's progress,
For an
you can
AI
follow me on
creating
Twitter,
like different
and you can
games,
support
it
us
sure
by
is creating the
wishlisting
same
Lab Rat on
game.
The same game,
Or
yeah.
by
Well,
signing up
yeah,
for
but
closed
like
beta
that they
at
just did a Metal Gear Solid thing.
labrat.study.
That
Thank
was
you.
literally Portal. What they just did there.
Yeah. That's cute.
Yeah.
Labrat.study. That's cute.
Welcome to Palm Mall. We're proud to welcome you to
It's
your
an interesting art style.
from home.
Yeah.
Looks like Pokemon.
They've got the Summer of Gaming text.
Grab some friends and
Look, it's
head
Pokemon.
down to Watterson, where you can shop till you drop with the best deals in town.
See?
I think
Pokemon.
it's well, it's like Earthbound. I think more. Yeah.
Pokemon.
Featuring wall-to-wall
Though actually, you're right. It is more of an
unparalleled
Earthbound look.
sound.
Mm-hmm.
And have a blast with the whole family at Luna Dreamland, featuring our newest,
Who's the Porky, do you think?
wildest attraction, the Hall of Mirrors.
And how do I approach that question?
Staff is here to serve you at all times. After all, only the best for our guests.
Feels a little Persona-y.
So much variety.
Persona? Like a
so
like
much
a fox?
Style. What are you waiting
No.
for? We can't wait for you to come visit us. Palm Mall, a place to relax,
This is cute, but I have little idea on what the game is.
a place
I
to
wonder
dream.
what could possibly inspire this. No.
He Dreams Elsewhere, a surreal adventure RPG.
Oh, it's coming to Stadia. That's important to know.
So it seems like it's definitely inspired not just by Undertale and like Earthbound, but like that like old like Yume Nikki and stuff like that.
Indie games are incredibly powerful because
I didn't
they
see an
often
Amico
tackle
logo on
themes,
that.
topics, and issues that are deeply human, but often sidelined by a lot of the major big-budget titles. She Dreams Elsewhere is one of those indie games and is being made by one incredibly talented person, Davion Gooden, designer, director, writer, and
I think
pretty
this is
much
probably the last
everything
one we're gonna
else.
end up seeing.
Davion, thank you for joining. How you doing?
Because
thanks for having me.
it is currently 7:06. This is
Yes.
intended to run. Oh, maybe not. We could maybe get one or two more. The award show starts at 7:45, and so far there's been at least 15 minutes in between everything, with the exception of Eureka. So I presume this will be going until 7:30, so another 20 minutes.
So you're assuming that they've properly scheduled an E3 conference. That is your prediction.
Yeah. Also, I missed
Interesting.
y'all dummies. Brody, don't choke on rocks. Ryden, never kick a puppy. And M, just be M, I guess. Maybe make a Dutch recipe for good food. Damn you.
One of my first questions.
What's a good Dutch recipe?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to know what a good Dutch recipe is.
Anything with hollandaise sauce.
So you're supposed to make a Dutch recipe. So you're not supposed to like look one up. You're supposed to invent your own
like
Dutch
create
recipe.
my own Dutch
Yeah.
recipe.
Yeah.
All right. So potatoes for sure.
Right.
And hollandaise. And
Well, you need carrots, right?
and carrots.
Yeah.
So we take some potatoes.
Hollandaise.
Yeah, that's I said that. Don't let M steal my. You laugh at his version of it.
That was good, M.
Yeah, thank you.
I can't believe you've turned this
So
bit around on me,
we,
Ryan. I
we
trusted
go ahead
you.
And we take the mashed potatoes. I've now turned them into mashed potatoes, by the way. And
Comedy is unpredictable.
We mix in some hollandaise sauce with some carrots.
So let's just kind of like do that, like unfiltered.
There you go.
I know I suggested to add carrots, but I definitely feel like I've ruined it.
Well, now we've made a Dutch recipe, and we're gonna call it Schlambendugen.
So having that freedom has been like super liberating.
Schlambendugen.
And now, what does that translate to?
Hey, Clee, what does Schlambendugen translate to?
But also, I'm very, very tired.
He has an entire recipe book with more than 40 recipes. I hate him. He's never had real Dutch food, so he makes fun of it. Shame on you. Fuck you is what it is.
Developing indie games is
So Schlangendugen is fuck you, apparently, in Dutch. We've all now learned some Dutch language, so feel free to like wander around and be like Schlangendugen.
Schlangendugen? Was that Schlangendugen?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cobra Khan, worst E3 ever. My dude. It's
by far.
It's beyond the worst. I can't think of another E3 that like even comes close to this.
Right? Like,
yeah, this whole E3 with a giant Schlangendugen.
I really hope I really hope Crobecat makes it. I don't even know what he'll do. I don't even know like what material there is to make an entertaining like 15 like minute like cut of this, but like I want to see what he would try to do with this E3. You know
I think
what
I had
Like,
a couple of rants he could take a clip from, right? Like there's definitely a couple of rants, especially during Ubisoft, maybe. Ubisoft.
Yeah,
there was
I mean,
good couple of rants during the Ubisoft period.
Actually going out and like putting your money where your mouth is and like just funding like actual projects. Like
nah, fuck you is depending on what you actually mean. If it's out of anger, it's rot op, donder op, and if it's sexual, it's nuke you. Good luck denouncing that, dude.
I know it's like happening
Okay, there you go.
but like we could do a lot better, I think.
Did he pronounce it right?
Of course, even like developers who are like,
you're getting some
they might have, like, a
ha-ha-has.
few
I
more
don't know if
people
you
than
did.
me, but like, you know, we're still kind of doing the same thing. We're like the same age, like same experience level.
I like the guy's
they're still having,
foliage,
like, trouble, like,
by the way.
So
you
it's
like his
what is happening
plants
here?
in the background?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got like put up vines. They're probably fake, I'd assume.
Yeah, they're definitely.
Major
But,
publishers and
yeah,
platforms
they're nice.
being louder about doing it because
I like
and giving
greenery.
people avenues
Mhm,
about,
mhm.
you know,
He has some
reaching
greenery.
out
He has
to
an accent wall
put
that's
people
green.
Put themselves forward because I feel like yeah, it's
Right, that
happening in the
counts,
background,
yes.
but it shouldn't be. In the background, it should be in the
It is
forefront.
greenery.
Who make
Yeah,
these ambitions,
yeah.
you know, that
Yeah.
there's a path there, right? There's like
Has he got
almost
an
like there's
infinity
gatekeeping
gauntlet?
by
I'm
not
assuming you
talking
mean the
about
other
it
guy.
enough.
Right.
And
We'll
we
see.
should be in a industry that
Rot
is
up
open
and
about
donder
it
up
and
were
welcomes
pronounced
it.
pretty well. Yes, thank
But
you.
yeah,
I am
it's
the
I hope
best
that we get to
at
a stage
speaking
where that is
pirate.
possible, and hopefully
I also
games
can
like
say
She Dreams
R
Elsewhere
pretty well,
does kind of help
which I understand
push
is
that
very
kind of path
important
forward.
to the Dutch.
Davion, thank you so
Yeah.
much for taking the time out of your incredibly busy day to talk to us about She Dreams Elsewhere.
So one more game, you think? Is that the prediction?
Davion's development journey with
Dude,
She
this guy
Dreams
needs to go
Elsewhere
the fuck
is
home.
really
I don't want to hear your goddamn voice anymore.
You're so mad.
Dude, he's got his whole microphone down his fucking throat. Learn how microphones work. You're in front of 30,000 people. I'm in front of 30, and I sound a hell of a lot better than you because I'm not like, who the fuck does that?
Oh my god, my ears when you did that. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
this is what the fuck he's doing. He's
that was
terrible.
horrible.
He needs to go away. I
I feel like you fucking.
We seen this?
I
never
don't
wanna
know,
hear
but I
this
feel
guy
like
talk.
M just fucking wet willied me. Like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But
That
this is what
was-
he's doing. There's a reason why I turned him off.
It's Teletubbies?
Oh, man, I'm sorry. So Rico, so fucking loud. Nami, MY, Uber, holy fuck M. Ouch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
like it was a very wet sound. Like, just a very like viscerally unpleasant sound.
I'm sorry.
Slimy.
What?
It was
the
slimy?
heck
You
is
think I'm
this?
slimy sounding? Is this Pikmin?
What the
It's-
fuck is happening? This is I kind of like am into this, but I'm also just like confused.
They're happy. Why are you questioning their commune?
Derpy Conga.
Oh, it's cute.
I feel like I need to see more, but I'm kind of interested.
Hey guys, what did I miss? You missed M assaulting everyone's ears. I didn't stick my tongue in your ear.
You did. You did. That's what you did.
You did, though.
I didn't. All I did was go, mom.
You went just like.
Oh, don't you do it as well.
How was that for you?
It was not good. Thank you.
Glad. I'm glad that like I could let you know how it feels while also just giving it to the audience twice.
I see. No stop. Why are you guys assaulting us?
I feel like the premise of this game is kind of flawed. You have to build the entire thing, and then you just sit there and wait for it to finish and stamp them yourself. Because it doesn't look like there's any gameplay once you've already built it.
There's a lot of games that are kind of like this, to be honest. Right? This kind of like, what would you call this? Like a conveyor belt style game. There's quite a few of these.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fun if you're like, having to do it on the fly as it's going, and you're like you're messing up things and you're losing, and like Factorio style.
Nope.
Yeah, well, I really like Pajama Sam Sockworks, and that's not even me making a joke. I think that like Pajama Sam Sockworks is like a really fucking good conveyor belt game. Like it's actually really good and fun.
Brody knows how it feels, but did it to us anyways. He's the worst of the person.
Set in the future.
I believe we're being asked for Raiden to do one now, though.
No,
it's a dark world inspired by hard-boiled detective films, comics, and novels.
Hey, it's Atomic Chef.
Out of all of our sources.
When does the Zoom meeting start? Thank God they have. Well, I mean, there is kind of a Zoom meeting in between, but it's a lot prettier.
Of the late 80s and 90s. And these were the games that inspired Chinatown's most important gameplay mechanic, real research. As you play the role of Amira Dharma, an ex-cop and Interpol officer, you'll encounter cases with puzzles that will require you to literally...
I'm not a huge fan of the pixel art no face thing. I've seen it a few times, and every time I do, it's like...
a range of topics in history, art, science, and cryptography. These cases will also see you travel.
But you have to do real research.
I
of the next lead or
think that's a really unique idea.
In essence,
I could see you playing this.
A game that asks you
if you were to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing this," I'd be like, "Yeah, that makes perfect sense."
As she unravels conspiracies and infiltrates criminal syndicates amid a backdrop of a chaotic world hanging on.
That felt like it was phrased like an insult, but I think I would. Yeah.
Why would that be an insult?
Few other storefronts.
It feels like something you'd play.
I didn't say it like that.
You would.
You would. I'd play that. You would. Oh shit! Like fuck. No, I guess I wouldn't then.
But I didn't say it like.
Wait, hold on. Wait. No, okay, hold on. Wait. M saying you would is one thing, but then you being like, "All right, I guess I'm not going to play it because M said I would."
Well, I don't want to be predictable.
I mean, sometimes you just got to accept when you're predictable. Like I know, you show
like
me
this guy's hair, Brody.
Well, sorry, what'd you say, Em?
Do you like this guy's hair?
Do I like this guy's hair? I don't have a good look at it right now.
Well, it's poofy.
It looks like
above his head.
It might be cool. I really can't tell.
It's clearly feathered and spiky and poofy.
No, it's fine. It's not bad.
This
is
everything you've wanted in hair.
No, but I was literally I was about to say I know I'm predictable in that if you show me certain hairstyles and or just certain character design quirks, you're gonna get me. You're gonna get me real easy.
Did they announce a new Digimon game? No, you're seeing all of the announcements right now. All of the announcements of the entire day are happening right now.
Yup.
You think I'm joking, but I'm not. E3 was a piece of shit this year.
It is my great pleasure to be joined
has
by the CEO
like an
of Troglodytes
actual
Games,
alarm
Severio
going off in his
Caproscio,
background.
and we're going to be talking about Blind Fate Edo no Yami, a
Does he?
super exciting
Yeah, keep
anime-inspired
hearing.
action game that I love the look of. Severio, how are you doing today?
I don't think I'm hearing it.
Hi, Damon.
That's
Hi,
fine, you
fine.
just don't
Oh!
have good
Hello,
earrings.
everybody.
Does he have a
Doing good. Thank
hold on?
you so
Does
much.
this is
So,
other guy? Does he have a pet bed on his shelf?
Blind Fate Edo no Yami, I should say the full name.
I think it's a bunk
Like it's
bed.
well, it's like high up, so I don't think it's like a dog bed. Maybe like a cat
yes,
bed.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, it is a cat bed.
Oh, yeah.
What do you?
Why did you?
I mean,
notice this?
I have to ask. What do you think about this, Ryden? The pet bed on the shelf. Like I
Oh
have
right,
to
yeah.
ask.
What do you think about having, like, what do you think of the aesthetics of it?
Oh, God.
Like this isn't even like the main like this just goes back to the original. Like what do you think?
Rate his shelf.
I think
Rate
it's very
rate his shelf, yeah.
I think it's very cluttered. I think that the worst offender is not the cat shelf at all, but the shelf above it.
Yeah, it is pretty cluttered. It's not.
So if he were to kill his cat, could he like move that down and sort it out? You think?
I don't think there's any reason to do that because that is the thing saving the shelf right now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
So it's bringing it together.
It is aesthetically pleasing to have a cat on that shelf.
Right. So
What if it
save
were a
your
dog?
cat.
What if it were?
Who
a
knows?
dog?
Who's to say?
Well, you are. In
If
this
you-
case, you are actually to say.
If you had to guess, would you say that a dog bed would make it good too?
I mean, if it like was just like literally exactly the same, but it was just like intended for a dog instead.
Right.
Or are you saying like it was like what's the size of the dog? Because I think some dogs probably couldn't fit on that shelf.
Okay, but assume...
Of course, it would still have to be a dog of that size.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to kill key enemies.
Two Tim would like to know, what do you have to say exactly?
They record everything. You have to.
Would it change if it were a dog of that size meant to go there?
I mean, would it improve the aesthetic? Would it, you know?
Yeah, I think it would.
So,
There it is.
Just
I
to
think it would.
clarify, you just want Two Tim's dog to die.
Yes, I mean we took inspiration both
Like
from
over 5 months now, we've actually discovered that in reality, you just hate Two Tim's dog, not
So,
all dogs.
I think I never hated any dog. I just said like it was not aesthetically pleasing for that shelf.
I mean, there it is though. Like, there's a tacit admittance, you know. Save your dog for the aesthetic.
Right. Right.
other games like.
There we go. So now we know. I hope that you heard that too, Tim.
I don't know.
It's shocking.
And there's also one more mechanic to do.
Well,
with
because again, it
sensing
wasn't about the
sensors
dog at
and
all. It was
smell and that
about
kind
the
of stuff.
aesthetic.
It sounded really fascinating when I was learning about it. Can you tell me about it?
And that's why you wanted him to remove
yes,
the
sure.
dog from
Being
existence.
blind, of course, you see the environment, but
From the shelf.
Now, says it's sad that a pet bed in the background is more interesting than the two guys talking.
So you have
Well,
three sensors.
now here is the thing. Here
the
is
sensor,
the inherent
each
problem with
sensor
that
has
cat bed on
one
the shelf, from my perspective,
so you can see
which is that there is no cat in it currently. And
See, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, look, is that a like cat incognito in the background, like camouflaged
down?
in? Like,
No, I know.
What if that's
It
just
kind
like
of looks like it could be.
Okay, but let's say that's just like a sweat towel.
to find a way out. So yes, the mechanic of the
Well, I don't think it's a towel.
Okay, but let's say that he uses it, like he gets really hot and sweaty from gaming because he's obviously.
And then he just
And-
like
and he
dumps his
rubs-
face in the bed.
he just
He
rubs
turns-
his face and just
Yeah.
the cat hairs just cascade along his face, brushing all of the sweat, just
Yeah.
wicking it off one drop by drop.
Yeah, so he just turns over and he like lays his whole face down in the bed.
Right.
They are smaller developers. How would you?
I mean, it's at the right height,
those
right?
kind of indie developers. What would you say to them?
It is, but like I am disappointed. Like they have a cat bed. It's like perfectly spaced for the cat to just be there right now. Like it would just fit. And like the other guy had it on his desk, right? His desk was just there, and the cat was on it, and that made it the best conference. They had a chance to, they had a chance to go up to like the second best conference, Because obviously the camera quality isn't as good as the other guys, so the cat wouldn't have been as in focus, even if it was there.
Right.
So obviously it couldn't be number one. But
So
right.
let's say start from very small things. We did if I can we start with our first game.
Is he speaking
Parasite.
French?
We moved a bit forward in the world of the indie, just because,
no,
of course, because we were known among. We launched the game, so we were able to collaborate with 101XP.
Severio Caporusso.
Big ambition.
Italian?
So stick together.
Italian?
Man, why am I in the mood to study and or relax with this music?
That's because the cat is sitting on the PC, as all cats do when their parent is using a PC.
To see more of the game and check it out ourselves. Thank you so much.
I mean, I believe that. Cats. I
Oh,
think,
wait,
probably
here's
do
this
have a
guy who's
tendency
gonna
to do
deep
that.
throat his fucking microphone again.
Of course.
I hate him so much. I hate everything about him. The more he talks, the more I hate him. And he's streaming this through like a 1 frame per second, dial-up modem or something. Garbage. Go the fuck home.
It's the soup game, but for beer.
Yeah.
Those are actually good water physics. That's actually like good liquid physics. Like especially in
What?
real time.
With ray tracing?
Ooh, I don't know what the hell was going on with that texture there, but this is it's difficult to get waters in containers
Is
to
that
like
better
do what
than
you want
Hot
them
Pot?
to do. It's
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better than
Wait,
Hot Pot.
no. Oh, sorry. It's better than the soup one. Is it better than the
Hot Pot? Yeah, I don't know about Hot Pot, but it's better than soup.
What do you think about this duck version of Breath of the Wild?
Like, this is great so far.
Yeah, this is cool.
Actually, you know what it looks like to me is it looks like the same engine as Sword and Shield.
Oh, you're a human. That's lame.
Well, you change between a
Cool,
duck
cool
and a
fish.
person. And you can go to UDuck to watch people doing videos about ducks.
A forging rhythm minigame.
Yeah. Off of YouTube.
Now, see,
I hate when people don't understand alternate realities. Like, if there's an alternate reality where, like, ducks were in place of humans, it wouldn't be you, duck. It's
It
not
would be
you,
duck
person.
tube. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be duck tube.
It would be duck tube. You're right.
Waha!
Or like quack tube. Ha! Duck move!
Well,
And
I
he
mean,
knocks
it's not like
out
it's
the buzzer.
human too.
And then the human comes over and just, like, starts smacking at its eyeball? You talk too big for someone so small. What the duck?
The duck.
Yeah, I approve.
I don't understand why it was a duck if it wasn't going to be a duck.
Oh my
I don't...
god, is it paint by numbers again?
What
What is it with this simultaneous whatever the fuck? Like,
are you sure that's what this is?
sure looks like paint by numbers.
Like, this looks like a really good CD design game if there's a game it's in.
Yeah.
Which it appears there isn't. Which
Yeah,
is
Yeah,
appears
there
showing
is no
it, yeah.
game.
Like this would be a kind of this. I would love this to like make like D&D
Yeah, if I
maps.
could make something with this, like if there was a reason.
Townscaper. Yeah, I mean, it literally feels like a resource to make D&D maps. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like if that was like a City Skylines or something like that, or like a Sim City, like where you're building, like that would be
Waking
amazing.
Oni. I think we've seen this one already. Waking Oni, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, this is the
Overcooked. Yeah.
Oh, you're making sushi.
Right. Yeah, but
Those,
we've definitely seen this.
have we?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I don't reckon.
Yeah, we
I don't
have.
recognize it. Oh.
That's fine. You
we
just don't pay attention.
I think was it Wholesome Games? I think we saw it. It
Yeah, I
probably
think so.
like breezed by. pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fine. You're not expected to remember all of the things that you've seen in this, because I know there's been so many games that it would be hard to remember all of them.
So
this is some very boring gameplay that they showed.
yeah, is it like Overcooked kind of?
That's what we thought,
At a
but
time where everyone is dreaming of
that I don't
relaxing
know.
in an onsen, Derek Fields, founder and director,
This'll be
of
the
Working
last
Only,
one.
wants you to manage one. Derek, what's going on here?
All centered on being a cozy game, centered on
Yeah, this guy was
you
the
know, connectivity and
co-presenter
bringing
for
people
Wholesome Games.
It
I remember because he has
deeply
the
inspired
double
by,
nose
a
piercing.
love for family films, especially Ghibli films, and I'm sure saying that out loud for some viewers, they might be able to catch some hints on what keenly influenced.
Did he just say
a game
Ghibli
like
films?
Managing
He did.
Spirited Away
I-
is a film.
Yeah, I
that's very
know.
near
I
to
heard
me.
it too. I thought he was about to mention it too, but then he.
Yeah, I thought he was about to like say like I know some viewers are gonna like be mad I said Ghibli and he's gonna make like a
Yeah.
GIF joke or something.
Yeah, no, but he just didn't. He
No.
He just swept it under the table.
No.
What's wrong with
Because
Ghibli?
Spirits called yokai, and
I mean
different
it's
humans that are also
definitely Ghibli, right? Like
No,
it's
I think-
definitely
I think it's well understood to be Ghibli. Yeah.
definitely Ghibli.
Like I've never heard it other than just Ghibli.
Other than Ghibli, yeah. I agree.
In the studio and the game, so you've described yourself as a BIPOC studio. Can you talk a little bit about what that means and also what impact that has on?
Yeah, this does appear to be overcooked.
One of the things that I didn't necessarily have growing up were games that included characters.
Yeah,
that were,
kind of.
that
But
were
much slower
fun,
Overcooked.
It's
always
super
interactive,
slow, yeah.
things that
I don't-
didn't
Just like Undercooked.
Slovercooked.
Undercooked. Oh wow! Way to just like tear this guy's dreams apart. He followed up with Studio Ghibli and was like, "I'm gonna make a game," and you're like, "Oh yeah, it's like Overcooked, only it's undercooked."
Yes
Wow.
and yes. I think things are absolutely getting
It's really
better.
harsh.
I think there are
Well,
certainly
I guess it
more-
is.
You
I don't know.
really-
From
you
the,
really
like, what
put
I'm
him
seeing
out
is
to
just very
pasture.
slow.
like
Yeah,
that
well.
was like each of us having this conversation now.
It happens.
I think
Uh-huh.
absolutely indie games are championing this inclusion and this representation that needs to be seen across.
I don't
the
even have
industry
anything
as
to
a
say
whole.
about this anymore,
And
man.
because of that, there are certainly more kind of AAA.
I mean, this was
games
not a
that
bad
are
showing.
including More
Best of
vibrant
E3, says CobraCon.
and some very notable games. Too. So
I wouldn't say that.
hope-
I still think
I-
Xbox
you
won
know,
it handily.
optimistic me, I don't want that to stop. I want
Like
to
they
see
are
more.
so
I want,
much better than everyone else
I want
that
just
it,
it to
it's
continue
shocking,
happening.
really,
As
because they didn't
people,
do
I know
anything
we said that it's
spectacular.
getting better, but it feels like there's
Devolver is
there
up
ways
there.
for us to signal to the
Mhm.
broader games industry, maybe even
Devolver
Eureka.
gave the world
Be like,
Wizard with a
"Hey,
gun,
we
so
really
they're good
want
in my
this,
books.
and
Eureka
really
did
break
good.
through in a big way.
Xbox
Do
did good.
you
Game
think
Fest. I
how
know
do
it's
we
not
do that?
technically
Do we
part of
just
E3, but it was on Thursday. That was
indie
easily
developers, or do we
like
should
Xbox and
be
Game
an
Fest.
indie developer out there who
They
may
could be
think
tied
about
for
making
number
a
one.
game?
Pretty.
I
pretty
enjoyed
heavily.
Thursday. I thoroughly
Yeah.
just enjoyed
Thursday
that.
was good.
Like, yeah, there's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday was good.
You know, when I think of
So we've got
that
Xbox,
conversation,
we've
there
got
are,
Game Fest,
maybe
we've got
2 or 3
Devolver,
components
we had
that
Eureka,
come to
we had
mind.
Paper
One
Airplane.
is
Those are our top
support,
5, I think.
First and foremost,
And then this Play
ensuring
for
that
All
we
is
are
probably number
uplifting other
6.
developers who are building games and narratives that
Two Tim says the best game
continue
at
to add to the
E3
space of
was
including
Wizard
BIPOC
with a
characters,
gun,
and that also
which
extends
I don't
to
remember if we
LGBTQIA+
saw that or
characters
not.
as well, and individuals within those games. It sends a signal. It sends a signal on social media when you start
do you
seeing,
need to? Is there a
stories being
physical
talked about
need
and,
within you
how
to
impactful
do
they are
this?
for the community?
Hey, look,
to
there's
hurt
a.
me in
If you
this
look
way?
behind him, he's got like a white
not
mage
alone
there with
in
like a void with eyes in
Miles
it.
Morales' Spider-Man
You like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I
how
do.
impactful
That's
You
a
like
good
that?
character design.
I mean,
Yes.
it's kind of like a
story, but the
boring
communities
character design because
Miles
it's like,
played
oh,
in,
I could
throughout
design
that
clothing, but not people.
And that's an example when you see
Oh,
resounding
it's so
feedback
good.
from
It's
Twitter
it's
and
like
so on.
cute
It's
and
important.
mysterious at the same
I don't
time.
think
It's like
I don't think it's
they're
mysterious.
like
I think it's lazy.
it's like
Ensuring that we can
cheeky.
provide resources
Oh,
Lazy. Lazy,
so
lazy,
so
lazy.
good.
who are
Lazy
pursuant of
design.
that same endeavor.
So
Because a
good.
lot of the
I
times
love
people
it.
come
I love
from
it so
Why would
much.
you give a wizard a gun?
marginalized and therefore don't have the same access to
Why
It's a good
wouldn't
question,
you give
though,
a wizard a
Artlina.
gun?
these ideas.
That's a good
There is a
question.
very,
I think you wouldn't
very real
is really
cause
the
and effect.
answer.
So, yeah,
And so I think
supporting
we can
games
probably
where,
write off
there
whatever
are
this wizard
BIPOC,
with a gun game
LGBTQIA
is.
plus, characters is
Because
super
it
important.
doesn't make sense.
Thank you so much.
Speedy says wizard with a gun was generic as fuck, but Brody loves it for some reason. It's the same reason that while like if anything had popped up and had been like, ah, there's a pumpkin in it, you'd have been like, I love it so much. It's the same thing where he's like talking about the Eureka stuff, going, there was a cat in the background, so it's the best game. He's really easy, and all you got to do is just like show him something that like picture a raven or a crow, show him something shiny, and he's in love.
Before we head off, I just want to give a huge.
I mean, I know what I like.
Brody didn't like The Witcher 3, so exactly, yeah, he doesn't have any taste.
Well, that's because that's a bad game with
taste.
shitty combat.
He has no taste. He just goes for whatever's shiny. The thing is that his idea of shiny is fucking deviant. Shut the fuck up. Nobody loves you. Nobody remembers you. Nobody will ever like you. You're dead to the entire industry after today. Go away.
Ow. That
He's terrible.
hurt me.
He's terrible. Look at this shit. Who the fuck does this? Who I'm not going to do it again because I have an audience I care about, but he's going to do this to 26,000 people. Fuck him.
Like, I don't...
This made me remember
I'm not
those
sure
shitty
if
memes
he
about Harry
mixed
Potter
it or
with a 1911.
not.
It doesn't matter if he mixed it or not. He's too close and his gain's too high. Plain and simple. This made me remember.
That's is he's peaking. I mean, he probably is peaking. You're right, but
this made me remember those shitty memes about Harry Potter with a 1911. I don't think I remember those.
Okay, Brody, I made a character in under like 10 seconds. Can you rate it for me, please?
Okay, yeah, hit me with that. Let's see.
Hold on. Where's this character? Okay, hold on. Before you rate it, I need to pull it up so that other people can see this character.
Right.
And then you can rate it. So we're going to show Raiden made a character from his couch.
This is my OC.
He made a character. Here's the character. Please go ahead and rate this for us.
Right.
How is my character design?
Yeah, what do you think of this character design?
Yeah. Okay, so you have it up. Well, I think we need to change the eyes from red to green because I think that's going to be too scary for the kids.
They're orange.
They're orange. They're not red.
Yeah,
are you colorblind as well?
They're not stop. They're more like yield kind of eyes, you know?
Yeah. Really, they're kind of like mysterious when you think about it.
I mean, he's definitely got a mysterious aura to him.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering the eyes are definitely like not where eyes would be.
Oh,
well, I mean, who are you to say? Right? Why are you dismissing his character design?
Okay, the eyes are very high up, but
that's how I designed the character.
But
I was putting a personality.
I'm about to
I have a unique art design.
I'm about to compliment you. Because the eyes are in fact not too far apart.
Oh,
wow!
So you would fuck that then? All right. So
where do you get
that? 8 out of 10 needs more color. Why is there a Jawa on screen? I rate it an American Jawa out of Arizonan Tuscan Raider. 6 out of 10, too much water, not enough water. Give his shirt some color and logo and add a mouth. So make him like a Cheshire, according to Speedy. That would, I guess, improve the character on the Brody fuckability meter.
I don't think that was the meter. I don't think that was the meter, Em.
Was it not?
No, I'm pretty sure that's not the meter.
I think
you're hot swapping out your meters here, Em.
I think that's the meter. So let's see. In about 8 minutes is the award show. I guess we might as well watch it. we're already here. But I got to tell you, if they don't move pretty quickly, I'm willing to just duck out of their award show.
I'm almost a little curious to see how they're even going to give awards to this fucking shit show of a event.
I really don't know. I really, really don't know. This was terrible. Fucking E3 was a travesty. It was disgusting. Really, really bad. Not a fan. Did not enjoy. And of course, like even the last thing where they were showing games, they had some guy stuff his whole microphone down his fucking throat. So even that was ruined for me. Just the worst. I'm gonna go get a drink. You guys entertain people if you can.
If we can. All right. So welcome to the entertainment corner, the segment of the podcast where we entertain you.
In a corner?
In a corner, yes, not a room. We would never think to entertain you in a room. Don't even put that on us. Don't even fucking. Why, Ryan? Why would you bring that up? Why would you even bring it? Come on. It's obviously a corner.
I brought up that it was a corner. That's what I brought up.
Right, but why would you question it? Of course it's a corner. Like, what the fuck are you,
now
what are you
I don't know.
thinking?
Now I feel quartered. So good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good. Do you feel entertained? Do you? Do you?
Taking a cue from Carmen San Diego, where in order to solve mysteries, you're gonna have to.
Oh, I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah, dude, you really need. You need some help, man. Yeah, I'm in your corner.
Thank you for being in my corner. in this, the entertainment corner.
Yes.
Oh, it's been such a long day. It's been such a long 2 days because I haven't slept. Oh,
I'm right with you there.
Like
I
I
slept
took
a little bit.
I took a little nap after we got off yesterday, but it was only a few hours. Like I am still on the same day as E3 Monday, which was a travesty. Like it's
been a thing, man. It's been a real thing.
So, I think you're back. I would like to ask the audience if we entertained them during the entertainment corner, so that M can see if we did a good job or not. And I know that they're going to say we didn't, because we have a hella social relationship.
Twitch currently shows me 0 viewers, by the way, so that really tells me all I need to know.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah,
is
we
that
fucked
Twitch
up.
Twitch is
Like, that's just all I
currently
have to
showing
say.
me 0 viewers. So you don't need
would
to
be
ask
hard
you how you did.
to keep 20 people entertained for about 2 minutes. I mean, it seems really easy. Like, I wouldn't really worry about that or think that it wouldn't be hard to accomplish. That being said, something happened.
We entertained them as part of our new segment, the Entertainment Corner. That's
I see.
That's all there is to it.
Boney says, I was just thinking about how this stream made the entire fucking show watchable. You know, that is legitimately a very kind thing to say.
Yeah, like that's a really nice compliment.
Yeah.
Like actually, thank you, Boney.
Yeah. I really do appreciate that. You know, because, like, think about it. Why else would we sit here for fucking 4 days? Why would we torture ourselves with this shit? Because if I were watching this, I would have just ducked out on Monday at the Take-Two thing and come back occasionally. And after Monday, I would have just looked for highlights today. I would have watched Nintendo, and that was it.
And you wouldn't have found them.
Yeah, exactly. I would have looked for highlights, and I'd be like, what happened? I don't see any highlights. Somebody's going to put it together in the next week, I'm sure. I would just assume that all the YouTubers out there were just like, oh, we'll get to it.
Yeah. I mean, they don't even need to get to it.
Yes. Art Luna said it made it better and just laugh at this E3. Yes. Thank you. Meeple, you know what they say? Misery loves company. It's true. It's true. We're not done yet. Like we're not jumping off, but it's nice to hear all these things.
Yes.
For listening to me talk about Lady D.
Oh, look, the E3 people are saying goodbye. And she's saying, thanks for listening to me talk. I don't think we did that. I don't think we did that a single time. I don't think at any point did we listen to
No,
these
I
people
was
talk.
intently listening to how she covered up the fact that they aired the wrong showcase.
Yeah, they did. They aired the wrong show. I forgot about that already. They aired the wrong showcase, and they were just like, oh, yeah. Like, they had her stand in front of the Freedom Games logo. They lined up her talk. She talked about it. Right? Like, she didn't go, hey, guys, this is wrong. This is the wrong thing. She didn't do that. She just went up there and said it. This is who we have.
Auto Brews?
You all made my E3 into an E less than 3.
These are getting worse.
Well, I believe that's an E heart.
Precious stones?
It's an E less than 3.
That's what it is.
I don't
So
think
an
you've read that
E2.
correctly.
We made it into an E2.
I mean, it's E2 or lower, right?
Well, yes, it is an E2
Yeah.
because it is not an electronic entertainment expo. It is just
Electronic Expo.
Yeah.
No entertainment to be found.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Hey,
I mean,
look,
is it
look,
an
we're getting a
expo? It's
trailer
more
for something.
Electronic.
We don't know what tomorrow will bring.
I don't know what this trailer's for, but it's a trailer.
We'll be ready. Because we're building it right now. It's more reliable.
It's smart.
It's an ad. Oh God, we're getting an ad, everybody. Oh, this is incredible.
Will power America's
We didn't even get ads this weekend.
We're ready for what's next.
Oh, like
10G.
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 Wow, they
Verizon
just
seriously got mic dropped at the end of the fucking conference. They come out with 10G.
They
like
just-
that. Holy shit!
Yeah, they just destroyed Verizon,
I
man.
would, yeah, if I was Verizon, I would be furious at that.
Yeah, they destroyed them.
Wow.
Okay, but like, how much total gaming power does it have?
Right. How much total gaming? Probably 1 billion watts. I'm gonna guess 1 billion watts. You think it's more than that?
I mean, it's got to be at least 101.
Gaming has officially partnered with the ESA for E3 2021. IGN Summer of Gaming now all summer long. From major press conferences and announcements at
Yeah,
E3
no,
2021
there were no
to
announcements
the
at
IGN
E3.
Expo with exclusive gameplay
What are you talking
and
about?
reveals to exciting first looks at the
The frog
hottest
game.
new games and in
Yeah, well, that's Fable.
Yeah.
IGN Summer of Gaming has
No, it was
IGN Summer of
it was
Gaming
Outer Worlds too.
Oh, that's right.
Or-
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to E3.
Why are you back?
2021. Video games are for everyone, and gamers come from all walks.
You
of
just
life.
all
So
said
what's the
goodbye.
ability
Why are
of
you
the
back?
Characters and heroes we play in these virtual
Is
realities
this the
representing
award
that
show?
diversity.
Maybe.
I-
She's very
I don't-
glittery. Do you notice this?
So we turn to the voices of E3
Uh,
to discuss black representation in the games.
Yes.
Does anyone actually use Norton? No.
That's not an emote only.
She is so fake. Yes, that's the girl who was really fake earlier. She was really fucking fake. They're back to push more politics.
Hello, I'm Amber.
I guess
I'm a moderator for E3's Black Representation in Gaming panel.
they're doing a
I'm
panel.
excited to
They're
present
doing
to
a
you
panel?
Jan Lopez.
All right, we're done.
Yeah, wasn't this supposed to be the award?
This is supposed to be the awards. We're done. We're done.
When is the awards? Like,
It's
do they have
supposed to
a
be
thing?
right now.
Well, hold
Really?
on a second because let me. Oh no, yeah, that's also on IGN. I thought it might be on. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're done. We're not gonna wait for your fucking awards if you're not gonna show them on time. I'm sorry. We're not doing that. So hey, give me a summary of what you thought of E3, my dudes.
Do I have to?
Yeah, no. I think we need to cap it off, right?
But like, if wouldn't it be disappointing if they didn't get an answer, and wouldn't that be the perfect summary of E3?
All right, Brody, what about you?
My summary of E3 2021 is 4 words. It's 4 words long. Wizard with a gun. That is it. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I mean,
hey M, what did you think of this year's?
I feel like
E3.
Brody just wasted his opportunity to actually say anything. He talked about something nobody's even heard of. He made up a bunch of fucking words. Yeah, man, this was really goddamn painful. Holy shit. E3 is dead if they don't really come at it next year. And quite frankly, they need to come at it from an organizational standpoint. You cannot have 4 hours in between things with just 10-minute sizzle reels. You can't do that. This was absolutely abysmal. It was completely unacceptable. What Ubisoft did to co-streamers was disgusting. Take-Two wasted everybody's time. That was the most egregious, disgusting lack of respect. I was shocked by everything. I've never been more disgusted by a gaming convention. I've never been more disgusted by a convention. I mean, I feel like if we went to the National Retailers Association of Plumbers, we'd have a better time. This was really, really bad. Like, I've watched E3 pretty consistently for years, you know? And it's always been like, oh, well, you know, that one was bad, or this was bad. But that was great, you know? And now it's like, yeah, Xbox won this because they didn't fuck it up. But they didn't do anything special. They didn't do anything special. They just showed a bunch of games, and they've handily won all of E3. The best event of E3, quite frankly, was the one that didn't take place during E3, which is Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest. This was a travesty. Just shocking. The Game Awards is way better than this. All it shows you is that there's a lot of work that goes into doing these things properly, and this organization is not willing to do that. I'm curious about, let's see. I'm just ESA revenue annually, right? So I don't know. It doesn't say, they don't release it. What about E3 revenue 2019? We can at least look at that maybe. $88 million is what they spent in 2019. It looks like they were expected to spend up to $150 million this year. Do you feel like you watched a $150 million show? Like, somehow the ESA put tens of millions of dollars. Even if you cut 2019 in half, and you said that they only spent $40 million, this would have been a $40 million presentation. It was disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah, no, I definitely did not feel like they had that much money behind it.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's tens of millions of dollars behind this.
Like, I felt like Bruce and them at Twitch Gaming just hanging out in their backyard was a better setup than like the main E3 stage that they had going.
Yeah.
With like the Tetris chairs.
Twitch Gaming put on a way better show. E3 is disgusting.
And like that's saying something with like, because it's still like Twitch's stuff wasn't even that good.
Yeah, I mean,
it was just like better.
Twitch's stuff was so cheap that they were fine canceling an entire day. Like, that's how little money they put into it, and it was leagues above E3. So yeah, the E3 2022, if it doesn't come really hard, it's dead forever. They will have killed it themselves through apathy and just a lack of experience, I guess, a lack of love. This was shockingly bad. I mean, there's a couple of things I saw that were cool that I'm looking forward to. A couple of games here and there. The Vampire the Masquerade game looked pretty neat. There was Stalker, of course. Stalker 2 looked incredible. Back for Blood, I'm still excited for it. I'm a big FPS shooter fan, so like to see a couple of new ones. The FPS shooter,
yeah.
That
FPS
tells,
person first shooters.
yeah, right. That tells you where my brain's at now. I'm a big fan of FPS games. I'm a big fan of that. So seeing some new ones is always exciting to me, and I feel like the shooter genre has kind of sort of disappeared over the past few years. And I don't mean disappeared as in like it's not there. I mean there's not a whole lot that comes out. You get a couple of big tentpole games like COD, but other than that, you don't really get a whole lot. So to see New Blood coming out with Falling Aces and continuing to push out their experimental FPSs, to see these other games coming out in that space, I'm very pleased with. We'll see. Speedy says, how come gamers didn't enjoy a Zoom call about diversity? And that's the thing, right? To see the Washington Post say that it's our fault. It's our fault for not enjoying that's where you can already see the spin.
I feel bad for the people because like they advertise an award show and then people show up and then they swap it out to this other conference. Like it's not their fault that everybody's all of a sudden throwing hate at them.
Yeah,
like they were just thrown in there.
This I can guarantee you is going to be another thing that they're going to spin. They're going to say gamers were mad when the people of color diversity meeting or whatever it was at the end there, right? People were mad. Gamers were mad. That's not it. We turned off because we were here for the award show and you bait and switched us. We're mad because Take-Two, one of the premier gaming organizations, one of the biggest gaming companies, rather than show games, they put 8 boxes on with maybe a $10 budget, and they had people talking into webcams. Like, just shocking.
The worst quality webcam. Yeah. Their entire conference was webcam, and it was the worst quality I've seen the entire conference. I don't think we've been actively looking since that moment, and I haven't seen a worse webcam setup.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So like, the spin has already begun, where they're going to blame. You can expect that over the next several months, this is going to be all laid on gamers don't like diversity. I love diversity. I didn't enjoy any of this. It was disgusting, and quite frankly, wow. It's our fault for wanting to see video games at E3. Yeah, exactly. I'm there for games, not your political diversity. And like, that's the thing, right? Like, I'm fine if somebody wants to talk about that. And I think that highlighting some of those causes is very worthy.
Yeah. Like, if you wanted to talk about that in between revealing games, like...
I think it's worthy, and I think it's definitely something that we need to have more conversation about, because, gaming is for everybody, and that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to do it exactly as C-Town said, in fact, I think you just took the words right out of my mouth. I'm fine with talking about diversity, just don't do it in the laziest way possible. And that's what they did. I mean,
well, Verizon... don't do it in a bait and switch way where it feels almost like you're setting them up for failure, so that...
Yeah.
Because that's almost what it feels like, because like if you're not airing it at the time, like if you're airing it at the wrong time slot, then like it's not that, like people just aren't expecting that.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, shocking. Just really shocking. And then for Verizon to say, oh, we're giving $10,000 a year to people, please love us. Like, crazy. Anyways, there you go. That's our E3 coverage. We'll be back next Sunday, where we're going to get back to our regular podcast for number 22. That's right. It'll be number 22. Are you excited for number 22?
Number 22. I think it's actually less exciting than 21.
21?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
22
is pretty big. Like, people should be sure to catch it.
Yeah, but you can like say 21 like it's a Waluigi impression. 21. You can't do that with 22. 22.
I mean, you can.
Actually, that's kind of... It's less fun, but it's still kind of fun.
Yeah. We're going to be looking at video games you should never play around your parents. Now, you may think we've already looked at that, but we
watched that exact video. Well, yes, but no.
We found another one, and it's going to be good. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. And then 2 weeks from Sunday, we may be doing Sonic the Hedgehog. Just depending on if we can get it set up. Because, we promised we'd do some Sonic gaming. of Sonic.
Some high octane running action.
Yeah, so Shadow the Hedgehog, I guess. So we'll be doing that in 2 weeks or so.
Shadow of Mordor.
Edgy the Hedgy, yep. And then we're gonna set up at some point here in the future a Raiden and Brody Dark Pictures anthology play along.
I don't even know what to expect.
Yeah,
from
exactly.
that.
Like,
well, just House of Ashes, right?
No. That's
we're not playing through the whole anthology.
Well, there's only 3. So, and House of Ashes is the 3rd one, and it's not out yet. Yeah. But we're gonna get you guys to play probably Man of Medan, because I think that's the one on Game Pass, and that costs nothing. But if you guys want to see him play the other ones, convince one of your whale friends to pay for it for them. Because this podcast needs to be self-sustaining. Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry, inside jokes, I guess. Yeah. Until Dawn, Man of Medan. Oh, Until Dawn doesn't really count. It's not part of the Dark Pictures anthology. It is still from the same person, but it doesn't count. Like, yeah.
It's also good.
Is it? I wouldn't say it's good. It's certainly the best, but it's not good.
Well, I think it's like a decent one of those like Heavy Rain style games. And I liked the premise of it being like a 90s or like teen horror movie, like Scream, like that kind of thing.
Yes, but it is. I'm 99.99999. I'm gonna look because maybe they retroactively did it. Until Dawn. Is it Dark Pictures?
No, I'm just looking this up. So it's not.
Yeah,
there's 8 planned. There's 8 planned, and yeah. House of Ashes, I forgot what it was called already, is the 3rd.
Yeah. See, I was
right.
right.
I just love Phil how they're hyping up Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah. So we'll be back on Sunday. Thank you very much. Let's see. Hold on. I do want to, because I've been so kind to, or it has been so kind to us to get all of these people to raid us. It feels wrong not to raid somebody else. Even with just a few viewers, it feels wrong.
Raid?
Yeah, right. So, I'm gonna send you to this dude who's doing a thing about snow. Do you like snow? He's doing a thing about snow. And be sure to say hello and give him some emotes and spam him. Spam the shit out of him. That's what they love on their shit. Like, all of a sudden getting incoming spam is great. So here you go. We're going to send you to Random Rob. Send you to Random Rob. And we'll see you guys on Sunday.
Everybody.
Say goodbye.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Bye.